The views and opinions expressed on the SKO Radio Network are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The shows found on the SKO Radio Network will promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition.
From the Rising Stars studio at the SKO Radio Network, it's time for the Some Kind of Radio Show with Earl, McCune, and the Crazy Crew. The call-in lines are open at 330-871-4422. That's 330-871-4422. Now here's Earl, McCune, and the Crazy Crew.
Guess who's getting some class?
I'm going to college.
Rodney Dangerfield's going back to school.
That's what I call marine biology. Hey, boys, here's a couple of pens in case you learn how to write, okay? When I used to dream about going to college, this is the way I always pictured it.
Wait a minute, when did you dream about going to college?
When I used to fall asleep in high school.
Here's a book on sex education.
Let me see that.
The world's oldest living freshman.
Well, he left out the most important thing. Where to get it.
Say it! Say it!
Good teacher. He really seems to care. About what, I have no idea. Yeah, a little something for the kids, okay? Take that, it's okay, huh?
I don't have any kids.
No, kids, we're here. Get yourself some kids. We're here. Take it all right? What a woman.
She is the teacher.
I know, I like teachers. Do something wrong, they make you do it over again. What do you say you and I have dinner tonight?
Actually, I'd like to join you, but I have class tonight.
Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
He's not just the big man on campus.
Hey, folks, it's on me. Shakespeare for everyone, okay? You too, honey. Ooh, I'd like to tame your shrew.
He's the wildest man on campus.
Shake it up, baby!
Say when.
Right after this drink.
Rodney Dangerfield, back to school.
Baby. Come on, I'll work it all
All right, it's 8:04 here on some kind of radio show here on the SKO Radio Network.
Yes, it is.
We're back. Took a week off.
Humbug.
They tried to cure Deb's cranial rectitis, but they couldn't do it. They tried. They tried, Tony. They just couldn't do it. They couldn't figure it out.
Even through the miracles of modern medicine.
There's a... What were you doing?
Talk over.
No. Forget that shit. Let it play out. See, you let her run the board, and she's going to try to take control of the whole fucking show. All right, everybody, welcome to the program this evening. We're here live until midnight. Tonight's going to be a fun movie because this is one, we're actually watching it on TV right now. We're watching Back to School. We're saluting Back to School with the late, great Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's one of the movies. It's just an absolute classic. It always holds up. The jokes still make you laugh after I've watched this movie probably 500 times.
Great comedic actor. He was great doing stand-up.
Yeah, I mean, he was just one of the best of all time. And you can't there's no one to ever be like Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, no.
I mean, he was the man. I mean, one of my favorite comics of all time. He was an everyman, you know?
Oh, yeah, and it was funny because I remember somebody was like, every comedian's got their own personal style, and the big thing was, for him, he used to always like to say, his comedy, he did like a string of pearls. Every joke ran to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next.
Exactly, yeah, that's what he used to do.
And he never got any respect.
Never got any respect, he's been in so many good ones. I mean, he was in, of course, Back to School, which was really his breakout one. I mean, he was in Caddyshack. That was his first movie ever.
Yeah.
And he was great in Caddyshack. And, of course...
he did Ladybugs, that soccer movie.
That was actually pretty funny.
It was a great movie.
It was a great little movie.
And then he did Easy Money, because I remember seeing him the best stand-up performance that he did, even a short clip of it, he did with Carson, and he was promoting the movie Easy Money, and he's like, man, I should have called it Hard Buck. And he was just like, he was playing, a kid photographer, and he was like, he was just like, he's like getting off the drug, getting off drinking, getting off quitting smoking, and trying to, make improvements in his life. And then all of a sudden, he's a kid photographer, and he's just, sitting there trying to record this little chubby kid, and you see, chubby periods, and the kid just doesn't want to cooperate or hold still and everything, and he's like mumbling stuff they can't hear.
Right.
And it was just, it was hilarious. I mean, he did the skit. He's talking. He's just like, yeah, me and my wife, we both tried to quit smoking. We said we'd only smoke every time we had sex.
Right.
Here, she is up to 3 packs a day, and and I've had the same pack since 1972.
Right.
He's like, yeah. He's like, who am I kidding? Me and my wife couldn't have sex every time we got undressed. We couldn't stop laughing.
Right.
He's just like, yeah, my wife's a screamer too. Yeah. He's like, every time I walk in there on her, and he's just like, we got this parrot. Every time I walk in the house, the parrot says, quick, out the window.
Yeah, quick, out the window. Yep. I mean, it was funny. I was just watching that exact run through, on some of the replays for Johnny Carson just the other day. And I was like, and it's funny. I've probably heard that hundreds of times. And I still laugh just as hard every time I've heard it, just like it's the first time. So, I mean, you couldn't beat the joke. Rodney Dangerfield just had this way of, his delivery, his tact, his whole. I mean, he was just genuine. I mean, with the way he came across. I mean, he was himself. I mean, which was great. And every role he played, he was himself to an extent. It was just another variation of himself. And you can't go. Like I said, watching Back to School tonight. We're actually got it on the TV here in the studio, and
for all
great flick.
All the people that are watching me on Facebook Live, hi. And if you want to listen to the program online, either go to skoradio.com or like I do on my hi Karen, and by the way, hi Dan, you were the first one that said, hey, I was or if you have TuneIn on your phone, which I suggest downloading and listen to the radio.
TuneIn is the best way.
TuneIn's the best way.
Absolutely.
Just type in SKO Radio to the search bar and it'll connect you to the station.
Absolutely, and you can tune into us, and also you can call in and be a part of the program. It always is, as always, 330-871 4422. They'll get you right through. We have plenty of lines open.
Yep.
We do have many phone lines, and on the phone line, via direct Morgantown, West Virginia, Mr. John Sinsel's on the phone with us. John, how are you tonight?
Hey, John.
Doing okay, Earl and Tony. How are you guys doing tonight?
Well,
good.
Yeah,
wow, not even saying hi to me. What the hell?
Well, because no one cares
I'm
about...
sorry, Debbie. I didn't hear you say anything.
It's been so much better until she started talking. It was a great show until then. Show went to shit in 9 minutes. It went to shit in 9 whole minutes.
9 whole minutes.
It took a shit in 9 minutes.
So yeah, anybody on Facebook Live, 330-871-4422 if you want to call in. We are on air, and I figure I can do hi Jen. I figure I can do now that I brought in this little mount. It's supposed to be for like a car windshield.
Yeah, and you put it right on the table.
And I put it right on the table so my phone can stay charged, and I can do the Facebook Live thing for a while we're on the air.
And what he does too is he puts if he's got like a bug hanging, he can get it and see himself, and he's good enough.
Oh, and then it's easier for him to. It's easy.
At the same time too.
It's easier for him to watch his porn and whack off.
Yeah. No, that's.
We have the big screen. We could do that. If you really want the porn on there, we got the big screen. Yeah, we'll just throw it on the big screen TV.
Hell to the no.
Oh, come on.
And I got to look at the camera, otherwise my little Blues Brothers outfit doesn't stay on. And then
you got a little Blues Brothers thing going. The little
I like the fedora and the Ray-Bans.
You love that look.
Blues Brothers, he is not.
The Booze Brothers.
I could be John Belushi for sure. I mean, I got his size.
Yeah.
So no, he was Jake, wasn't he?
Jake, yeah.
Because Dan Aykroyd was Elwood.
Yep, that's right. Well, everybody, we took a week off. We're back this week, and we're back onto our regular weekly program schedule now. So we should be here every single week. So, yay, go us!
Oh, maybe.
God help everybody out there.
And God have mercy on everyone's souls.
Maybe might be here every Friday.
What do you mean, maybe?
Maybe. And you know why.
Why? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What, John?
I said you're correcting us already.
Yep.
Deb is playing...
He forgot about something, and he remembered it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know yet. I got to find that out. We'll figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Left.
No.
Left.
Upside down. 68. Owe you one later.
Ew.
Hey, John. Wish.
No, I don't have to wish.
But anyway, have you guys checked out the new burger review opener that Adam put together?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That's great.
Fantastic.
Isn't that freaking awesome?
You were like, let's review some burgers. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to bring you some vending machine burgers to
Yeah,
review.
there you go.
Ew.
Here you go. We'll microwave this thing. How's this taste? It's a 1.3. I'm sorry to say no.
You know what's gonna be really funny is like our supplier has been, which of course, my company, the company that I work for during the day.
Yeah.
If you know, there's been a meat processing company in Massillon, Canton, and Salem that's gotten raided.
Mm-hmm.
So all the illegals have been like getting shuffled out. And,
Oh, nice.
Well, it's funny because they're they're like our biggest supplier for some of our products.
Right.
So, hi Kelly.
But yeah, there will be tonight's going to be a fun little review night for us. This is going to be the night of the review. I will be doing a live burger review on the air. Normally, you're not going to see the burger reviews done in the studio. This is just the only reason I didn't do it today because it was raining, and I like to do the review outside of the actual establishment. And today it poured rain. I'm like, nah, screw it.
Still pouring.
And it's still pouring. So what we're going to do today is I'm just going to have it delivered. And we'll do one here, and we'll film it, and it'll go up on our YouTube channel and all that good jazz. So we're going to do a good burger review tonight, and then we're doing a beer review later tonight. And,
I picked it.
Deb picked it, and actually, hopefully it's a good pick. I think it was a good I think it's a good pick from a good place. I will say that.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I posted a review up on the burger review page because I happened to try something a little different because, usually when I go gamble, I stop at my favorite little diner on the way through, and they've got like 40 different variety of burgers.
Right.
And I'm usually one for like either the Lincoln Way burger or the Hangover burger, which is in essence the same thing.
Oh, anything with an egg on it, yeah.
With an egg on it, yada,
Absolutely,
yada. And
yeah.
I like the Lincoln Highway one better because it comes out on a giant English muffin instead of a
that
bun.
sounds good.
So, and you get the egg made sunny side up instead of over easy. So
that sounds good.
So it was good. Well, I tried something different. I tried a burger that had corned beef, sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and Thousand Island dressing on it, which was
like a Reuben burger?
It was like a Reuben burger.
Okay.
So
That
I
sounds
tried
pretty
something
good.
a little different. It wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad?
It wasn't my favorite that I've had. I mean,
Yeah.
my favorite's still the death-defying burger because it's got like super hot salsa, chilies,
Ooh, that sounds good.
jalapenos, and bring your bottle of
Just
Tom's.
basically, it's just a hot burger.
Oh, yeah.
Jalapenos.
Oh, jalapenos. It burns going in, and let me tell you, burns coming back.
Oh, yeah. Good. Burns
It
coming
catches
out.
you coming and going.
It does. It certainly does. Certainly does. Yeah, we're going to have some fun with these burger reviews. We're going to be filming a lot more of them. I got the video editing software to work today, so
good.
Yay. So I basically Adam threw together this really nice opener, and he's going to augment it as the burger series goes along. The idea is we're going to try to put together 2 a week. That's the plan. I'm going to try to do 2 burgers a week.
That gets expensive.
Oh, come on. It's only money. I'll make more. Jesus.
Well, hey, I can do some down here. Tony does some too.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't. It says SKO Burger Review. Doesn't always have to be Earl McCune on it.
Well, it says with Earl, but I can host it, and they can still do. They can do burgers too. As I told everybody, if you guys want to jump in and do a burger, film it. We'll put it right on there.
See, I was.
It'll be right under the same umbrella. It's an SKO, but it's not this Earl McCune burger review. It's just my name's on it. That's all. And Old Spice is in.
And he's whistling Dixie again.
Yeah, Kelly's like, always go with the black and blue, which I happen to agree. I love me some a black and blue burger.
Black and blue. That's got blue cheese on it, I'm assuming. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not big. I never really got big into blue cheese. I can't do it.
See, I like blue cheese in just about anything.
Really?
So.
I can't do blue cheese. I don't know why. My dad, when he was living, he lived on that shit.
I mean,
good God, that and Roquefort. Remember Roquefort? Oh yeah, he used to eat the shit out of that too. But good God, I never could.
I go in for you too, Earl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a couple of burger places around here I can do a couple.
Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely going to be trying to. I'll tell you what, I do want to thank everybody for all the suggestions. I've gotten a lot of suggestions sent to us for places to go for the burger review, and A lot of them I've already well aware of, and I'm like, okay, that's definitely on our list. That's definitely on our list. Oh, that's not on our list. We're going to add that, I mean, so I'm going to be doing some, in my travels throughout the day or whatever, and if I feel like, hey, burger sounds good, we'll do one.
Hi, Sarah Adams.
So, burgers are fun, and you can't go wrong with a good burger. I mean, it has to, I'll tell you now, that one I had 2 weeks ago, that thing was absolutely, I gave it a little higher score than I probably should have.
Okay.
That was the most disgusting piece of shit I've ever eaten in my life.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. It was the most disgusting piece of shit I've ever had in my life. It was the driest fucking hamburger I've ever eaten. It was so dry. I mean, it's like...
How dry was it?
It was as dry as Deb's underpants.
Oh, jeez.
It probably tasted about the same, too. But and we're getting ready to throw shit. But no, it also, this thing was so dry. It was advertised as a pork barbecue burger with an onion ring and barbecue sauce.
There was no sauce on it.
It was the sauce was dried out. The pulled pork was dry. The burger was just...
Why do you think they called it AKA the Impossible
It was
burger?
impossible to eat because it was so freaking dry. But I gave it a 5. Now I gave it a 5.2. I should probably gave it a 3.5. Really, and being just. But I was trying to be generous because it was a good concept.
Yeah.
But just here's the thing. I had it delivered, so I'd like to try and take another crack at it at the restaurant and see if it's any better.
Yeah.
And then,
well,
maybe...
you figure, considering where it has to come from to here, yeah.
You might have to hit up the former pancake house that's becoming a burger house.
I know.
No, that's only for a limited time.
No,
it's permanent.
They're changing in the name.
Yeah, they're
Don't you
changing
read the
the name.
fucking news?
But they also said it's going to be a limited time. It's going to be called that.
No, it's not. It's permanent. They're changing their corporate name.
Yeah, Wendy's has gotten on them so bad about it, but it's because, here would be the thing. If I can ever get back to Canada... And it might even be a food challenge / burger review.
Yeah.
They make something up there at their stores. They call it a T-Rex.
Right.
The small patties they use on junior bacon cheese. Mm-hmm. Imagine patty, cheese, bacon, patty, cheese, bacon. I'd have to eat bacon for this.
It wasn't
but
real.
Well, let me read this here.
Because I've seen commercials, too.
Okay. Now, this is courtesy of the New York Post, so this is...
A legit source.
Legit. IHOP's name change stunt was a flop. Okay.
Some kind of radio show. You're live on the air. Who do we have tonight?
You're on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
It's Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
All right, now, what were you saying, Earl?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Oh, we're doing okay. All right, Ellie,
I'm curious. Did you get Kathy's question? Because I'd like to know the answer, too.
No, I didn't.
What's the question? We're not looking at the Facebook
Something
Live.
about Smash Burger. That's all I saw.
I've heard of Smash Burger. I think that's an out west thing.
It is.
And I'd like to try it if I ever get a
Jersey
chance.
has it. It's not out
You guys got them there?
west.
Well, they're not here. I mean, they don't have a Smash Burger here. But, yeah, I was just reading this story, but we're talking about burgers and, this whole thing with IHOP turning to IHOB. Okay, now this is, like I said, courtesy of the New York Post. Buzz alone doesn't make a cash register ring. It's been more than a week since IHOP teased the public about its name change to IHOB. And while lots of people are talking about the pancake joint, the publicity stunt has not resulted in more diners in its 1,750 eateries, according to research. No shit.
I didn't think it would.
Interest in dining at IHOP has remained relatively unchanged. Well, it's the same food, not like they got new food. But the big chain's word of mouth score, blah, blah, blah. It's the highest since 2012. And, it's not really going very far. It's a publicity, but it is being changed. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't know. I've never been a big fan of IHOP. I mean,
Our son loves it.
My kids love that place, but I know me as an adult, I don't love it. I mean, they got good food, but...
You an adult? Yeah, right.
I am a big kid.
I have a recommendation, too, from a buddy of mine I played football with in high school. Hey, Scott, Jim's Open Kitchen in the Borough. because this is location 2, because my eye doctor used to be in Solon, and we had Jim's Open Kitchen number 1. We used to go to for breakfast or lunch after I went to the eye doctor.
Right.
He opened up a location in Streetsboro number 2.
Oh, nice.
So
I'll have to write that one down too.
So Scott's like good burgers at Jim's Open Kitchen.
Okay, definitely. And another one that got recommended to me was Whitey's Booze and Burgers.
Yeah.
I heard it's not as good as it used to be because they've changed ownership over the years. But I remember going there as a kid with my dad, and this is probably going back 30 years now. That last time I was there, but I used to go there. I remember going there because they used to have the cool old style video games in there. They don't have any of that anymore. That's all gone, from what I've heard. But still, I heard recommended as a good burger. Try it out. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
And in Barber Tucky, we know Hodges.
Oh, Hodges a must. We're gonna hit Hodges. Of course, my favorite bar up the road, the Windsor Pub. They got a burger. They got several burgers.
Yum, yum.
There's not a bad one on the menu there. Definitely gonna be hitting some burgers there. So, but yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of burger reviews here, and it's just an expansion of our brand, as I like to call it. It's just something else we're doing. It's one thing I like. The concept we're trying to do here is. We're not going to just do radio. We want to do more interactive stuff with video stuff. Do the burger reviews, the food challenge stuff. Maybe even go on and maybe even do a YouTube program that's strictly a video thing that we're going to do. We're talking. There's some ideas of that too. We got going.
Hi, Kim.
So we got a lot of different ideas that we're going to do here as the days, weeks, and months go on. So lots of stuff planned. We're not, we're going to another level here at SKO.
Shoot
Are
me
you
down.
going to review a Debbie burger?
A what?
A what?
A Debbie burger, one of your wife's burgers.
Well, let's see.
If you can make a burger, it's a burger. It should be done.
No, I'm going to review like restaurant, burgers. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Now I've had Deb's burgers, and mine are better, but Deb's usually full of fur, so.
You're saying shit like that, she's gonna hit the mark.
Yeah.
And they're usually a little salty by the time I get there, so I know I'm not the first one. Oh, God, I'm on a roll.
Debbie, I swear to God, this
your mic
is not
off
my
there, Earl.
intention.
That's what happens when
really
she runs
meant
the board.
would he review one of your burgers.
That's okay. I took his mic away.
Turn my microphone back up.
No, not till you apologize.
I'm the host of the show. I turned the goddamn microphone.
Apologize.
Apologize.
At the controls.
And actually, Deb's a good cook.
You got my microphone on?
Well, I can tell. I didn't think that belly was all from takeout.
You kidding me? I got a beautiful...
I'm not making fun of you. I live in a glass house. I cannot throw a stone. But I don't think that's all junk food and takeout and stuff. I think that's her cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Deb will tell you, when we got together, I was skinny as a rail. Was I not?
Well, it's because you didn't eat.
I ate.
First thing he said to me was, "Can you cook?" I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because if not, hit the door now." And that's no joke.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
He was like your guardian at some point. He said that to you?
He became my legal guardian when we got married.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's concerning.
That is very concerning. Well, I wasn't you were over 18.
But wasn't a legal adult till 21.
Well, you were legal, but you weren't legal. You weren't old enough to buy alcohol.
That's why I said
I could take you to the bar and say, okay, this is. Give her a drink.
Well, it's like when you and Dylan would go out, they always thought Dylan was your kid.
Yeah, they always thought Dylan. Yeah, how many times did they think Dylan was my son, Deb's son? I was like, yeah, no.
We'd probably kill him.
No. But, that's the whole thing is...
But, yeah, you did say that.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did, because
you're paraphrasing.
No, your last two...
You forgot to drop the expletives. I had expletives in my statement.
Yeah, I know. Because your last two couldn't even boil water, let alone toast bread.
I could toast bread.
I said your last two...
Yeah, I know. Righty and lefty, they can both toast bread.
Yeah, what's up, Joe in Florida? Hey, Brian. By the way, Brian, I had
Lord help us all.
Brian, I had our boy, Dan, used to be Tracy, sat in Wednesday when we did our wrestling show. We did our review of Money in the Bank. So he came down and sat in with me. Yeah, you'd have to come down and sit in with us when we do our wrestling review. It's going to be the Wednesday right after pay-per-views, by the way.
There you go.
So do a little something different because there's only baseball to talk about right now.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's about it.
And probably of all the burgers, I think about the only place from having to practically live at one was McDonald's.
You know, that new fresh meat, the fresh patty double quarter pound is not bad.
Okay. See, the best thing that they had going, they got rid of, and that was the Big and Tasty.
That was a good burger,
That
too.
was like a quarter with everything.
Yeah, that was a good burger.
That and the Big Mac Jr.
No.
Yeah, that one was good.
The best thing was the McDLT.
Well, it was, Ellie, but
they changed
because it was separate. But then that styrofoam thing that really screwed it up. I wish they'd bring it back.
It was a good sandwich.
It was great. And then, what they wanted to do is they wanted to make something a quarter pounder with like the lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise on it.
Right.
And then they called it the Big and Tasty. We used to refer to it as the Big and Nasty.
Yeah, the Big McNasty.
The Big and Nasty when I worked there.
Yep.
Like my old boss Kim's there.
Yeah.
And like Kim, by the way, I happen to wonder which store are you at? Because I'd like to come out sometime and say hi when I get out that way. So it's like, I couldn't do the McRib because I don't eat pork, Joe. So.
But what's really in that pork?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know if Kim's still watching me on Facebook Live or listening or what. But
what's really in the McRib?
Well, the thing that the one thing I liked that they would bring out every while is you remember I'm trying to remember what they called it. It was like the melt or something that had the melted cheese and the grilled onions.
God. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It had the grilled onions and what the hell?
They have one out now permanently. It's on the.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
It's like
It's on the alternate menu.
It's on the alternate, so it's not like on the public menu.
Yes, it is. It's.
Well, okay, use your phone and look it up and tell us what it is. Have some facts, Deb.
Because it's going to be called a McSomething, but there was
the McDiarrhea.
But I remember it was the cheddar melt.
The cheddar melt, yeah. The cheddar melt.
Oh, yeah, onions and cheddar, yeah.
Yep.
They had like the grilled teriyaki, and it was on like a wheat bun or something, or a rye bun.
Yeah. It was like a wheat or rye bun.
Well, that thing was horrible.
Oh, that was great.
I couldn't get into that one. I didn't like that one. Because that cheddar wasn't like real cheddar.
Yep.
That cheddar wasn't like, it was like.
You must have been living under a rock. I haven't heard of any of these things.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm trying to think. When I was at McDonald's from like mid 02 to I left in late 05, and they would always have a taste of the month. They would bring something back out for a month.
Right.
The cheddar melt had come around. We had the Mac Jr. things come around. The McRib was a popular
signature menu.
Yeah,
signature menu.
Yeah, rye bread, onions, and cheese, and all that.
Yeah.
And like if I happen to pop through now, I can get breakfast all day.
Oh, I love that.
And then I can also get a sausage McMuffin, but they'll make it with a beef patty for me, where I can actually eat it.
Yeah.
Enough salt and pepper on it. You don't notice the difference.
You don't notice
but if I want a sausage McMuffin with egg at 3 in the afternoon, I can get it, and they'll make it with a beef patty instead of a sausage patty.
The one you're talking about is now a sweet barbecue burger.
The one thing I like to get, I mean, this is my personal thing, if I'm going to do the breakfast all day, is the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Yeah.
I love those.
You got to make sure the biscuit, though, some of them are hard.
It's got to be fresh.
Yeah.
The other thing is the breakfast burritos, the sausage burritos. You can't go wrong. Those are killer.
No, those are good any time of the day.
Those are good any time of the day. A little pecani sauce on them, they're killer.
Well, and the thing was, when I would work and it would be during breakfast, the steak bagel was about the only thing that I could eat that they had. But that steak, it was, it still had the marks on it before the jockey was hitting it.
Now, here's the thing. I've had it. I can't get past the taste of it because to me, it's not real steak.
Yeah.
It's like dog food. I mean, I never could eat that thing. Now, the one thing I like, but Deb doesn't let me eat it anymore because I gas the place out so bad, is a McGriddle.
Yeah.
I love the McGriddle, but I can't eat it right now.
Yeah.
But I am cheating tonight. I'm having my
you're cheating on me? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Cheater.
No,
Hey, Joe, I'll have a Roman burger for you. My buddy Joe is.
Our food is
Roman burgers are killer.
Our food will be here in 5 minutes.
Okay, good. We can do the review then.
We always called him Roman Burger growing up because his last name was Roman.
Roman burgers are killer.
But he's in Florida. They don't have Mr. Hero down there.
They don't have Mr. Hero down there, huh?
No.
Well, they got that new one now, that best taste ever Roman burger.
The BTE.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's here had it. I don't know. But
you've had it.
Yeah, I agree,
It's no
Kelly.
different.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to have a burger tonight.
You're gonna have
I'm not supposed to, but who the fuck cares?
Hey, you know what? You keep using language like that, Deb, you're going to find yourself with your own show.
And it's break time.
And let's take a break. That's a good idea.
All right, we'll have a break on the Airwise, but I'll still be on Facebook Live.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back. Some kind of radio show here on SKO. Stay tuned. Another first clip of our feature film salute tonight. Back to school. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi there. Are you a large person, pleasantly plump, a little on the hefty side perhaps? Well, let's face it. Are you fat? When you go jogging, do you leave potholes? When you make love, do you have to give directions? At the zoo, do elephants throw you peanuts? Do you look at a menu and say, okay? Well, now you can eat all you want, because at Thornton Mellon's Tall and Fat stores, we've got you covered. That's right, fine woolen, and woolen blend suits and sport coats in all the larger sizes. Husky, stout, extra stout, and the new Hindenburg line. And for you ladies, we have caftans, moo-moos, and our own exclusive A-frame in all colors and patterns. Yes, we have miles and miles of fabric. So take it from me, Thornton Mellon. If you want to look thin, you hang out with fat people.
Thornton Mellon's Tall and Fat, 150 locations across America.
Lou, did you see the new spot?
Yeah, I seen it.
Do I look fat in it?
You could lose a couple of pounds.
I gotta get bigger actors. Pocahontas, how are you? Ophelia, hold some of my calls.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mellon.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Oh, take it easy. Will you take it easy? And don't get any on the walls. Okay, folks. What's up?
Mr. Mellon, we have a serious offer on your commercial property in South Florida, and we feel you should sell.
No, hold it for one more year. Take the depreciation, then transfer title to the California Corporation. Show it as a capital gain. We should do great. What else?
The toy division has come up with a new doll idea to go along with our children's clothing line. We call them Melon Patch Kids. Now, the competition exploits the notion that their dolls are orphans. The Melon Patch Kids are not orphans. They're a band.
You are listening to the Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now. The number's 330-871-4422. Again, that's 330-871-4422. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
Thank you, Chandler Kitchen, 8:37 here on Some Kind of Radio Show here live from the Rising Star studio here at the SKO Radio Network. All right, who's got their radio on really loud in the background? There we go.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I thought I got hung up on.
No. You were hung up on. You're good. You're good, Ellie.
No, that
worries.
wasn't the radio. The radio's practically on mute.
No. Oh, well,
because I figure if it's out, you're still going to get that, little point or rating. I had Tony on.
Oh, you had Tony on? She was watching Tony.
She was watching me.
She was watching Tony in black and white.
Yeah, and Kelly's like, what are you guys going to go to eat?
That hat looks really fucking good on him.
Yeah, I need to find me.
You need to find one.
I need to find one because I may be able to do the Ray-Bans because I'm trying to look. I want to get LASIK done.
Yeah.
I have the money for it now. I've been trying.
Right.
I've been saying, and I'll dig a couple grand into my savings if I can get rid of my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I've worn them since I was like 4 years old.
Right. Well, I can imagine you want to get rid of them things.
I'd like to get rid of them, and I found a couple of places that could successfully do LASIK on me.
Yeah.
And I need to find a fedora, but every time I go around, it's either tan or white or something like that.
Look online. Have you looked online at all?
I've looked online, but
no, you need this mafia hat.
Yeah, I
need this. It's good.
I need to find me. I want to find me a black one, but I also got to make sure I've got a big head. I can't buy a baseball cap at the store at the mall. I've got to order them online.
Well, what you need to do,
can't find my size.
you get that hat and that fedora. You come around to Halloween time.
Yeah.
You know, there's two costumes you can pull off with that.
Okay.
Get rid of the fedora and you put just the spray bands on the suit. You can be Men in Black.
Yeah.
Put the fedora on your Blues Brothers. So you got two costumes in one there. You could do it.
Well, you remember. I went to the Boot Scootin' Saloon. We did for a Halloween contest, and I had dressed up one year as Men in Black.
Did you?
I had the black suit already. I bought a white suit, and I bought a plain black tie, and I even had a little gag neuralizer.
Neuralizer, yeah.
That I found at the costume shop.
That's cool.
And we were up on stage, and the guy walked up, and he was like, "Oh, we got one of the Blues Brothers here." And I didn't have I only had the Ray-Bans on. I had toy Ray-Bans on over my glasses.
Yeah.
And but I didn't have the hat on. And I looked at him. I'm like, "Buddy, have you not seen Men in Black?"
Right.
The guy's like, "Oh." I'm like, "Dumbass."
Yeah. Ooh, my fault. All right, Dom, I'll give you your seat back here. So God, this seat is hot, by the way. You've been farting in this thing? No. I think you shit yourself in this thing because it's hot. Don't hit me or I will knock you the... I will knock you. Seat. Well, you farted in it. Now I'm stuck to it because it's like the suction alone from the farts.
Joe, I still go every year. I've missed 2 years since I was 18, and it's if you're ever up here, we start about 6, go to eat at like B-Dubs or something, and then we start wandering about 8 and bar hopping, and it's just just like it was. We were. We bar hop. We hit like Water Street, Ray's, Dominic's, Zephyr, and all that. And pop in, have a beer everywhere. We wander around in between just to see all the costumes. And I always have a designated driver. It's probably one of the 2 days a year I drink anymore. And it's just how it was. And it's since I still look young enough to get out there in the crowd. Oh yeah, Euro. You're talking Euro Gyro.
Euro Gyro. Yeah. No, that's a good little place to eat too. I'm actually.
My Kelly makes a good point. Yeah. She's got a pug that looks like the dog that's in MIB.
Oh, Frank the Pug.
Yeah, it would be a dead Men in Black giveaway. Frank the Pug.
Frank the Pug. Now I'll tell you what. I was actually pissed. I actually did a Euro on the video in Vegas.
Okay.
As part of the burger review. Well, somebody here slipped and actually. She actually hit the slow-mo effect on the thing?
I did not.
It was accidental, Deb. I know that. And all of a sudden, it's like first 20 seconds of video, it's like normal speed, and all of a sudden it's just... I was like, yeah, that ain't going to work. But it was a great... I had this little... it was like a authentic Euro. And it was actually one of the best things I've eaten in a long time. And I was so... Turkish. It was a Turkish place, but they did.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you what, this stuff was good. It was so good.
Yeah, JC, it's like I had a lot of days when I was living in Kent. It was funny because we would go to we would go downtown. We go to all the bars, and then like Joe, he's like Screwy Louie's.
Right.
That was probably the last big good bar that Kent had.
Screwy Louie's, yeah.
The diner's no longer there on South Water Street that used to be there. We would pop in there once or twice. Mm-hmm. There used to be you could either go to Euro or Eaton, or there used to be this gyro cart that was at the end of Franklin Avenue. Uh-huh. The gyro cart got run out of town.
Right.
And but and there, you always have to have some good grub. And like the students, the only place I drive Uber for anybody on Facebook Live is Kent. It's because the students keep me busy. It's like a 5-minute trip from the bar home and back forth to make money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Screwy's used to be Filthy McNasty's, and we had it's like the only place after that late is either you can get Euro until 3.
Yeah.
The one pizza place delivers till 3,
mm-hmm.
or the kids can go. There's this place called Rosie's on campus. That's where all the students can go.
Gotcha.
They stay open till 4 to get to feed the students.
Right.
Or I'm trying to think of what else is open. Obviously, Taco Bell. You've got to take care of your Uber driver really well for him to take you through Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That takes time.
It's like you better hook a brother up here. Give me something good here.
I had this Asian fella. I kid you not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the gyro cart was the best. I had this Asian fellow. It was a slower Friday night. He calls, requests me. I go pick him up from the apartment he lives between Kent and Ravenna.
Mm-hmm.
He only wants McDonald's because all they eat are fish or chicken. They don't eat burgers.
Right.
And so I go get him. We try going to the McDonald's in West Ravenna.
Okay.
Well, their drive-thru was closed.
Okay.
The only other thing I could think of is we went in East Ravenna. There's one connected to a gas station.
Okay.
Their drive-thru's closed. Mind you, fares are surging.
Right.
This kid paid like a $50 fare to have me on the road for like 45 minutes. We ended up having to go back into Kent because I know
I want to leave this up here because when I do the video, Deb, I want to
promo
it that way because then you can kind of like come back to me.
But yeah, so we so there's like
plotting the
so a $50
video.
fare, and he ordered $10 worth of McDonald's food. It cost him $60.
Need the bag? Here you go. Here, have a bag.
Oh yeah, it's like I mean there was, and it used to be funny is when we were bar hopping when I lived in Kent, or we'd go to Screwy's or we'd go to like Cheers earlier or the library if you remember any of those bars. We could always tell what kind of a night it was because it used to be the Taco Bell in Kent used to be open inside 24 hours,
right,
as well as drive-through,
right,
and then they eventually started closing for a couple hours. If we had money, we went to Denny's. And I remember going there and ordering we'd have like a group of like 8 of us for dessert. We would order a whole pie, and to split it up amongst everybody. And we tell the waitress, we want like an Oreo or an apple pie or something like that. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, how many slices? We're like, no, bring us a whole pie cut up in 8 plates.
Yeah.
She's like, well, they don't normally sell those inside of the restaurant. And I was like, well, yeah, you do. She's like, well, we would have to charge you by the slice on individual bills. Oh, that's got to be your son?
No, who's that? My phone's ringing.
Your phone's ringing.
She's taking my calls for me.
Yep, I will see. I'll see you, Joe. Go Gators.
My phone rings. She answers it.
Yeah.
What the hell's up with that?
It's the joy of being married.
That's right.
Could it be one of my? Never mind. Ain't gonna be anybody from me important.
Nobody important.
Nobody important calling me. Nobody important ever calls me. But anyway.
Yeah.
You're the owner of a radio station. Every call is important.
Every call is important. Yeah, it's like those. Kent's changed quite a bit with all the new with like Acorn Alley and everything that's all opened up, and it's just it's still a cool place to go. There's just some Ray's and Dominic's and Venice are still there, but nothing beyond that is gone. B-Dubs moved up to Acorn Alley, but it's a much nicer place. We got a Panini's.
What's Acorn Alley?
It's if you go up East Main, if you know where the Kent stage is, right across from it's B-Dubs opened up a 2-story place instead of the little hole in the wall they had. Well, if you come down in between, they opened up something they call it Acorn Alley, and it's like an alley's worth of shops.
I mean, kind of like a Diagon Alley.
Yeah. Yeah, something similar, and but you walk through and there's little places to eat, little shops. There's the entrances to like there's a good pizza and Italian food place in there. There's a good Mediterranean place to eat up on the other side. There's just all these little shopettes type of thing that they opened, a way for them to extend the little shops that were on East Main further out, and it runs pretty much the length between Main and Erie's the next street over.
Oh, okay.
So it runs all the way through. And then even Erie Streets now, instead of just being an old dirt road with parking spots like it used to be, now it has little shops. There's a little coffee shop there and a little breakfast place and yada yada. So, hi, Marcy. Hi, Terry.
While he's doing that, you want to take the time to talk about the events, this one and yours?
Yeah, the events. We'll do, okay.
We'll do yours first.
Oh, mine first? Okay, for anyone who's watching Facebook Live, too, we'll do mine. I am... if anybody's familiar with Stan Pyatt, who did morning radio in like the Kent Akron area for decades, my radio name Comedy Killer came from Stan, and so I listened to him. He made me laugh every morning. He retired some years ago, and recently Stan had gotten diagnosed with stage 4 small cell lung cancer. Okay, and so when I saw his daughter put something up on Facebook, she opened up a GoFundMe to help with some of his medical bills. Insurance only covers 60% or a small percentage of medical bills, so it's just like I wanted to help him a little bit, so I contacted myself. I'd contacted 4 of the local comics who performed there and pretty much consider it his home club, and so, I set up an event at the Funny Stop. It's going to be July 3rd. Doors open up at 7 o'clock. The show's going to start at 8 o'clock. We're going to have 4 headlining comedians. We're not going to have, like, the opener, a feature, and a headliners. We're going to have 4 headlining comedians. In the night, we are going to have Katrina Brown, who's very funny. If any of you are moms and got kids, you'll love her to death. We are also going to have one of the original 4 horsemen of comedy in the local area, Jeff Blanchard. We will also have Bill Bendon. And Mike Connolly will be there to help out, but he's not performing. In his place will be, if you've listened to any of our local radio, you'd recognize the name Lou Santini, who's now doing stand-up. So Lou Santini is actually going to fill in Mike Connolly's place. Up on stage, we're going to have 4 headlining comedians that night. They're going to collect $10 at the door. That money will go to Stan to help his medical bills. And then Pete's volunteering the club and everything for the night. So July 3rd, doors open at 7. The show will start at 8. I am emceeing and hosting it, so I'll be getting up on stage. I'll tell a few jokes to open up, and then I'll introduce all the comedians.
You don't need to tell a joke. All you got to do is look at the audience.
Yeah, I mean, they always say, yeah, imagine everybody in their underwear, and it's just like, I've done karaoke, so I don't think talking in front of everybody for the night. But I wanted to do something, at first I thought I wanted to do something nice for Stan, so I got a hold of the comedians first. And then I contacted Pete because I knew he would donate the club for the night. And we settled on July 3rd because, just about everybody's off on the 4th. So you figure you got a Tuesday night out, come out. The money at the door is for a good cause. Have a couple of drinks, some laughs. It'll be a great night. And then, I figure Stan's the one that I've always had the bug to do a little bit of radio. And, and I remember a lot of people don't know that I would call Stan when I first started calling him back in like 06, 07. And, he'd do these little contests like take any title and, just something like that where it required some creativity to win the prize for the hour.
I've done that a couple of times.
So I could call and give him a good, give him a good answer anytime I felt like it. So finally, a few years into it, I decided, well, I want to start calling him and just giving him some of these really cruddy answers. So eventually he said, man, he's just like, Tony, we're going to have to start calling you a comedy killer. He's just like, it's just like when you're calling, these answers suck. Well, I would always go see Stan out at his remotes and BS with them. And I told Stan, I said, I'm kind of doing this on purpose because if people are listening to you and they think, man, this guy sucks, I can be better than him, they'll start calling.
Right.
And just for the remaining years that he was on, that's what I would do. And he knew once a month I would call in, win the prize, and whatnot, and it's just, do that, but it made for great radio. So the name with me, ever since, Stan went off the air, has stuck around, and that's how people knew me from calling, was my nickname Comedy Killer. And that's why I even brought it here with me. So, yeah, Tuesday, July 3rd, Funny Stop Comedy Club, State Road in Cuyahoga Falls. If you want directions up there, want more info, the club's number is 330-923-4700. They can help you out. And then, but like I said, they're going to collect $10 at the door per person to get in, and all that money is going to go to Stan to help him with his medical bills. So, and then SKO Radio is going to also host a Scotch Doubles bowling benefit for Stan. So, as you know, now the date on that one is going to be Sunday, July 22, 2018. The time's going to be 1 to 4, and they're just going to collect at the door, Kelly. She had a question on Facebook Live. Location's going to be at AMF Riviera Lanes, 20 South Miller Road, Fairlawn 44333. The entry fee is going to be $30 per team, which $15 goes to cover lineage, pay for the bowling, and $15 goes to benefit Stan. Each team will bowl 3 games. There's going to be 50-50 raffles, silent auction, and prizes. So, and all the proceeds will go directly to benefit Stan Pyatt.
And that's from the raffles.
That's from the raffles and whatnot. And any questions, you could either get a hold of Debbie at 234-900-9770, or our office number here at the radio station is 234-706-5857. And if you would like to or are willing to donate items for the raffle and silent auction, it would go a long way to a great cause. So we got to get just a couple of different items, the couple of different benefits we're going to do. My benefits at the Funny Stop, July 3rd, doors open at 7. I have the 4 comedians. I've got Katrina Brown, Jeff Blanchard, Bill Bendon, and Lou Santini. Mike Connolly's going to be there as well. He's going to be there helping out on the side. And then we'll have the Scotch Doubles bowling benefit at Riviera Lanes. and that's Sunday, July 22nd, 1 to 4 p.m. And the bowling alley, bowling center is at 20 South Miller Road, Fairlawn, Ohio 44333. And if you're familiar with the area, it's right where Miller Road hits West Market Street.
You can't miss it.
Can't miss it. And it's where they just had they had the AMF, the Tour Championship.
Yep, the Tournament of Champions.
The Tournament of Champions. So, and yeah, Larry, I will be on stage July 3rd doing the intros and everything. So, I mean, the worst case, if they don't laugh at me, they'll at least laugh at the comedian. So, yeah, bring a girlfriend of yours. Come on down. It'll be a good night.
Both events are for a really great cause.
Yeah, both events are for a really great cause. I mean, Stan is a legend in Akron area radio. So, he woke everybody. He pretty much woke everybody up for
36 years.
36 years.
Well, not only that, he's the driving force that told Earl never to give up and reach for the stars, and here we are with a radio station.
Oh yeah, I mean, we always wanted to get into it, and what's the best way to get into it is be your own boss.
Exactly.
So, yeah, so I figure I'll get up, at my event, I'll tell a few jokes, intro the comedians, just kind of hang out on the side.
Hold on one second. John, what are you doing?
Nothing. Why?
Well, what's that? Puffing? Is that you, Ellie, doing that?
That watery sound?
No.
No, that wasn't me. I was clicking my mouse.
Oh, it sounded like someone was smacking their phone or their microphone.
No.
John, quit boxing the mic.
Just one. Just one what, Larry?
Sorry.
But yeah, it was so we got a couple of good events going on to help, benefit Stan, and it's just like to do what we can to help out. He's given back so much. He emceed amateur night at the comedy club for a couple of decades. I'd go out and sit with him when I could, and I remember one of the comedians that's up was a product of Stan's emceeing of the amateur nights, Katrina Brown. She did twice. I remember the first time I saw her, because even when I lived out in Kent, we would still go out to the Funny Stop when it was at the old location, Tuesday nights for amateur night.
That's when it was the Hilarities Comedy Club.
Yep. And then, we'd go out there and... Now
I have a question.
Sure.
Why did they change it after the last one burnt down?
Well, it was just, it's one thing being a franchise and it's another thing being an independent club. So... well, because Hilarities was a franchise. If you're going to use somebody else's name, you got to pay them.
I didn't realize that Hilarities was a chain.
Yeah, it was because there used to be one in Cleveland too, and I think that one's gone as well. So yeah, hell, Larry, bring as many people as you want. It's $10 a head to get in.
More the merrier.
The more the merrier. And if you're a bowler, come on out for the bowling tournament.
You don't even have to be a bowler. It's for fun.
Yeah, I mean. Even whether you like to bowl or not, come on out.
We're going to see you out on the lanes, Tony?
I'll be at the event for sure.
You going to bowl?
I might.
Oh, come on.
I haven't thrown a bowling ball in 12 years.
Twisted Schitzel's coming up to bowl it.
Well, yeah, but...
You can't do any worse than that.
Yeah, but him and Earl were out bowling, what was it, 2 years ago when you guys went to Reno?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, we're going to be back at it next year out in Vegas.
Yeah, what you guys throw in 5 frames, I'll throw in a complete game. Well, it was like, too, is my buddy Dan that I always go to, that I go gamble with. I found him the perfect song. Toby Keith does this song called I'm a Shitty Golfer.
What?
It says, he talks about I'm a shitty golfer, yeah, put me down for a 5. The song's hilarious. I was listening to my music, some of my music on my Spotify account. And it happened to play Red Solo. I typed in Red Solo Cup. I was in the mood to hear it. Well, after it comes out another song, and it shows, the guy breaking a club over his knee and, putting and he's just like, okay, he should have a score of 12 on the hole. Yeah, put me down for a 5. And he's talking, I'm a shitty golfer. And, he hits the ball and it bounces off in a tree.
You said that's Toby Keith?
Yeah, it's called Toby Keith, I'm a Shitty Golfer. And so I found it for my buddy Dan because, I told him I get to golf. I usually get to golf once a year. and I usually get to, and this will be the last year.
Putt-putt don't count.
No, I usually get to golf at Firestone South the day after the tournament. Since this is the last year of the Bridgestone Invitational, I won't be able to golf anymore because I don't know if they're going to do the same thing after the old folks golf during their tournament. But since they're not going to have the Bridgestone Invitational anymore, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. But I usually get to go out and golf once a year. And I've told Dan if he ever goes out, I mean, you know, let me know and I would come out and golf with him. But, you know, he's like, well, yeah, I know you probably golf once a year and you probably golf better than I do.
Well, if you want to golf, take Earl. There's a golf course right in our front yard.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, well, you guys are thinking of Brookledge. Yeah, or it's like, well, Dan won't man up and golf 18 holes. He only golfs 9. And we walk 18 holes when we golf at Firestone, and we carry our bags. But, well, last couple of years, though, I've cheated and had a pull cart instead of but I refuse to watch Hi,
I don't want to
Vicky.
know about you carrying your balls around. That's just nasty.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, like I remember one time I asked Earl, I said, I know you got 15-pound balls. How do you walk? I mean, at least my golf balls don't weigh that much.
Right.
So, yeah, all right, it's top of the hour.
That's supposed to be a joke?
Yeah.
Because nobody's laughing.
Yeah, you know, that's why they call me Comedy Killer.
I'm glad it's not just me.
So, everybody on Facebook Live, I'm going to end it for at least this hour right now. I may be back at 10 o'clock, so, but yeah, we're getting ready to go to our break on the network, so we will be back. See everybody on Facebook Live.
Thank you.
As Calvin Coolidge once said, the business of America is business. And the business of an educational institution such as ours is to create young minds that understand that the business of America is the kind of business that it actually is. So, whatever it is that I have said here today, the point is that we are here to honor our most generous benefactor and newest freshman, the man who's made it possible for us to break ground here today, Mr. Thornton Mellon.
Dean Martin, great speech, great speech. There's nothing like good, clean business, huh? And a little monkey business.
Oh, Philip, I'm so glad you could make it. Mr. Mellon, I'd like for you to meet Dr. Philip Barbet, who's the dean of our School of Business.
David, I just want to get it on record that I am totally against this. I don't think that selling admission to an obviously unqualified student is very ethical or honorable.
All right, Phil, but I'd just like to say, in all fairness to Mr. Mellon here, it was a really big check.
It's a simple matter of this man's presence undermining the efforts of our legitimate students, who are here as a result of hard work.
Hard work? Listen, Sherlock, while you were tucked away up here working on your ethics, I was out there busting my hump in the real world. And the reason guys like you got a place to teach is because guys like me donate buildings.
I wasn't speaking to you, Mr. Mellon.
I don't think Dr. Barbet understands the actual amounts that are involved here. Mr. Mellon, will you take the ceremonial shovel?
Thank you.
And dig into the symbolic dirt.
I hereby dedicate this building to myself.
You are listening to the Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now. The number's 330-871-4422. Again, that's 330-871-4422. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
All All right, and we're back. Debbie McCune, along with Tony the Comedy Killer, and Miss Ellie on the phone, and Twisted Schitzel, John Sinsel.
Yeah.
So, John, how's the weather down there?
Crappy.
Crappy?
Yes.
You sure you just weren't looking in your bathroom again?
No. It's been pretty crappy here, but off and on rain and summertime weather.
Right. What about you, Ellie?
It's hot here. We're expecting rain tonight and tomorrow.
Ew. Yeah, it's been raining here.
I can't wait for the rain.
It's been raining here all day. Like, I don't mind the rain, long as it's like a sprinkle or a light drizzle, but when it starts pouring in buckets, I can't stand it.
I love that. I love that. Each drop is like a different sound, but it merges together. I can go right to sleep, not a problem.
Oh, yeah, sleeping, I'm the same way. I have no issue sleeping when it's raining.
Same here.
It's calming.
Until you get the loud crash of thunder and the lightning and...
That doesn't bother me until my cat gets scared and jumps on me and I'm not expecting it. And it's like she puts all her pressure and whatever right on my hip.
Ew.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No.
Oh, yeah, I can relate to that. I sleep with 3 fur babies. And you've seen them. They're holy terrors.
And Lucky looks like he's sitting in very well.
Oh, yeah. The funny thing is, when we first got him, we're like, oh, finally, one that's actually tame, like even tamer than Loki. And then all of a sudden, he started coming out of his shell. We've had him 1 year today. And it's like we've had him his entire life. I mean, he's just full of spunk. And I'll tell you, there's times where it's like, where did this playful pup come from? And it's like, there goes the tame one, and now he's he's not as rambunctious as Holly, but not as tame as Loki. So he's like right in the middle.
Well, it's good. You got another kid. They are like kids. They all have different personalities and.
Oh yeah, and it's funny. It's like Lucky has Ducky has a combination of the 2 dogs, the other 2. So, I mean, it's like, he's learned some stuff from Holly, learned some stuff from Loki, and he's, like, balled it into his own little personality. But.
That's so cute.
No, I love them. I wouldn't trade them in for anything. But.
Not even for Earl?
No, not even for Earl.
Okay.
So, when are you going to grace us with your presence again, John?
I'll be up next weekend.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I don't know where you're staying.
Okay.
You know I'm joking, right?
Well, it's fine. Hey, whatever. I'm adaptable.
Really, John? Really?
I know. I appreciate the hospitality.
You like to come up because you get a home-cooked meal.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said earlier, you're a damn good cook, Deb.
Oh, yeah. Earl won't admit it, but he knows it's true.
That's right. Speaking of cooks and food, have you seen what Randy's been eating out there in Ireland?
He's in England. He's in England right now. He's not in Ireland yet.
Or England. I'm in England.
Yeah, he hits Dublin. He goes to Ireland on Monday.
Okay. But you seen some of the stuff he's been putting down?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I just literally took and Tony saw it, I took 1 bite of that burger, and I'm like, nope, I spit it right back out. Couldn't do it. Because I haven't had red meat since February. And now it's like, I took a bite, and I'm like, oh, how did I ever eat it?
Well, right, yeah, you don't want it now. Your stomach says, I don't think so.
Nope. Well, and it's getting that way.
I can't afford red meat anymore.
Well, it's getting that way with, like, chicken and turkey and stuff. And that's why it's like, when they originally said they wanted me to go on the vegan diet all straight out, I'm like, there's no way. So I've slowly been cutting down. So, like, right off the bat, I cut out the red meat and the pork. And then I've just been slowly weaning myself off the rest. And it's getting to the point now, even turkey and chicken don't even taste good to me. So.
Come to New York and all you'll eat is chicken with the prices here.
Oh, I imagine. You're like...
Pound of chopped meat is almost $6 a pound.
Pound of chopped meat?
Yes, $6, $5.79.
For what type meat?
Chopped meat.
You got to remind...
Ground chuck.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think... Like, I know usually here for, like, a pound of hamburger, you're looking anywhere from $5 to $6 a pound. The only time we ever really buy it is if we go to our local butcher, which John knows where I'm talking about, or if we get it on sale when it's like $1.99 a pound. That's the only time we'll buy it. But, yeah, prices are outrageous nowadays.
Nope,
So
chicken
it's like how
is it.
people
I
live.
just bought a whole bunch of legs, 59 cents a pound.
That's not bad
Sorry,
at all.
John, I didn't know you were talking.
Well, that's okay. Go ahead. You're fine.
See, like, you know, for me, what I usually end up doing is like I'll bring home food from a little bit of food from work, because like when I get done from work, especially for how hot it is, I don't feel like cooking, so I'll try to make something and.
Well, yeah, and I'm the same way. It's like in the summertime, I can't eat.
Yeah, I mean,
Like when it's raining and stuff and it's cool, I'll eat. But when it's hot, forget about it. I just drink all my water and that's it.
I just don't want to cook in the heat because we don't have air conditioners.
Yikes.
All we have is fans, and the chicken, it's easy to just shove it in the oven, but then the whole apartment, it's worse than the actual weather.
Well, and then the good thing with chicken, you can put it in a crock pot.
Yeah.
You can.
I have a crock pot. I have no idea how to use it.
What?
I
That's
begged
easy.
my son to teach me. He bought it for me, and he's like, oh, just go look on YouTube for recipes. Most of the stuff they call for, I don't have.
Well, you realize it's like a pot on the stove. Just put in whatever you want, and you got a meal. It just takes half the time that it does in the oven.
I thought it took like 8 hours to cook in a crock pot.
That's if you put it on low.
Yeah.
If you put it on high, it's done within 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on what settings you have.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I also don't know if it'll blow our lights out.
What type?
Our lights can't handle an air conditioner. The wiring.
The crock pot uses no more than a microwave or a coffee pot.
I did not know that. See, this is why I told him don't get me something like this. I don't know anything about it.
Well, you do realize you got friends that you can ask.
It never occurred to me to do that except for on Facebook, and nobody answered the question.
Well, you could have said, hey, Debbie, can I pick your brain for a minute? I wouldn't have said no.
I didn't know you knew how to use it. I put that question up. Nobody answered. I figured I must be the only jackass with a crock pot.
I never saw that question.
Yeah, neither did I. Because I have one
You
too.
know,
That was back in January.
Wait a minute, what do you mean you didn't think I knew how to use one of them?
No, I said I didn't know you had one.
I've got like 4 different kinds.
Or use it or something. I didn't know. I thought you just cooked normally.
I do, but when I'm in my lazy modes, I put it in the crock pot. And there's some things that I make that you can only make in the crock pot. I'll have to send you some recipes.
Okay.
So now you know anytime. Remember what they always say: the only stupid question is those that are not asked. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like me.
Okay,
it's like
I'm asking a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ordered chicken legs and rice. How would I do that in a crock pot?
You would put your chicken in first. Put your. It depends on if you want everything done at the same time.
That would be the ultimate goal. Just one shot. Don't have to cook extra.
Put your chicken in the bottom of the pan. Put your rice on top of it. Fill it to where it just covers the chicken. and then put it on high, and it'll be done within 2 hours. It'll be all done at the same time.
Holy shit. I gotta get my crock pot down then. I didn't know it was going to be that simple. I saw recipes, and I'm like, I don't have all those ingredients.
That's the thing. You don't have to use what they say. You can put anything in a crock pot.
That I did not know.
Yep. Just like pot roast in the crock pot is actually the best way to have a pot roast.
Yeah, but pot roast is beef.
I was saying as an example.
Oh, because where I get my meat from, a pot roast, a small one, is $65.
Eek!
I'm never touching that.
Yikes.
Even a turkey is that much money. I stick to the boneless chicken thighs usually.
Yeah, the boneless chicken thighs will actually cook quicker than
I'll be quick, yeah.
Boneless, skinless chicken breasts because they're not as thick.
Oh, we get mutant ones. We're in New York. Nothing is perfect in New York, but they are mutant size.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, you saw the thing online too. I'm sure, Ellie, you've got KFCs out in New York, don't you?
Yes, but we haven't gotten it since my son was 18, and he's about to be 26 this year.
Okay, so it's been a little while.
Too much money.
Well, you see a thing online. You notice they don't call them Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore? And if you watch a commercial...
Don't tell me Kentucky Fried Kitty.
No. It's not Kitty. Hear me out a second.
They're only allowed to say KFC.
You're only allowed to say... And they don't mention chicken in any of their ads anymore either. See, what they do now is because, like, a lot of your fish that you buy commercially is all farmed fish. You know, they're not all catching it out in the ocean like the lakes the olden days. It's all farmed, and what they do is the supplier that KFC gets their product from is, they grow the chicken, but when
a lot of time it's from Altoona.
It is KFC will get their bird, but the birds grow and they have hardly any feathers on them because there's a little genetic modification with them. They don't have so they're easier to process. And they grow up fatter with a small bone structure. That way, they're beefy. If you ever notice, if you walk in, you get a drumstick. It's a really thin bone, and there's a lot of meat on it.
Mm-hmm.
They beef them up like that, and so that way, because their chickens are not walking in the yard. They're sitting around so they can get beefed up. And they're fed through chemicals. They're fed through a chemical tube now. They get liquid nutrition. They're not out pecking and eating like oats or whatever or chicken feed.
Right.
So that's why they can't call them, because they're technically, according to Hoyle definition, they're no longer a chicken.
Right.
But the meat's still the same. Which is the reason why I don't buy regular milk anymore. I only buy soy for two reasons. Number one, I don't go through it fast enough.
Right.
It would spoil on me.
And two, it's healthier.
And, well, two, yeah, soy or almond milk's healthier. But if you ever noticed over, the last 10 or 15 years, they load cows up with all these steroids to get them to produce more milk. You ever notice a 10-year-old daughter's got 10-year-old girl's got D cups nowadays? They're going through puberty a lot earlier. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm right there because I got a 13-year-old that's right behind me, and she's only 13.
And it's just I remember, I'll give you a story back. I think, go back about 6-7 years. I have a friend of mine who I hang out with. Her daughter just turned 18. Her daughter was 12 or 13 when I met her. And we all happened to be at a restaurant watching a wrestling event. And, because it used to be my friend Charlene and her sister Jory would come out and join me and my buddy Dan. Well, Charlene brings her daughter out, and I thought it was her sister. And I started flirting with her daughter, thinking it was her sister. Because they looked, because Charlene looks young, but her daughter looked older, and I was just then come to find out, I'm like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't charge you for alcohol.
Well, that's like with Lori. This was a couple months back. We were at the local natatorium in the Falls, and at this time, she was only 12. There was a 17-year-old high school senior hitting on her, trying to pick her up, and she's like, no, thank you. He's like, well, you're one hot little thing and this and that. And she's like, dude, quit being a pervert. Leave me alone. He's like, why don't you want to go out with me? He goes, we're right around the same age. She's like, dude, I'm 12. And he's like, you don't have to lie about your age just because you don't want to go out with me. And finally she came over to us and he followed her. And she's like, I'm going to scream if you don't leave me alone. And he honestly did not believe her that she was only 12 years old. And I'm like, it's scary nowadays.
Yeah,
Very.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like,
But I think this started in the 70s.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just been more and more because, like, if you ever read...
It's all the hormones and all that stuff that they put in food nowadays.
Yeah, because, I mean, they burn through... it's just like, I read the back of a Ben & Jerry's ice cream carton, and it says they get it from a specific dairy that they supply Ben & Jerry's because they don't... they don't inject their cows with, they call it RGBH. It's recombinant bovine growth hormone.
I know exactly where the farm is.
And in Vermont, and it's just like, I mean, why do you think Ben & Jerry's is so super friggin' expensive?
Mm-hmm. It's all natural.
It's all natural like that. So it's just, you go out and get their ice cream, and it's like that. Because when you buy milk, I mean, you ever notice? I mean, milk's not cheap nowadays, but with inflation, milk hasn't really gone up a ton in price. I mean, there's sometimes it goes up a little bit.
I think the most it is right now is $4.99.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just milk's always costed more a gallon than gasoline has.
Yeah,
always has, and it always will. So
that's why it's like I only buy it when it's on sale, because with Alex, he'll go through. What would you say, John? Probably 3 gallons a week if we let him.
Yeah, if not more.
Easily, and so when it's not on sale, he drinks the soy and he doesn't like the soy. He likes the almond and cashew milk. But like I don't mind him drinking the almond and the cashew milk, but he won't put it on his cereal. So it's like I've still got to keep some regular milk in the house because he doesn't like the taste of the soy and stuff on cereal. He says it leaves a nasty taste.
Yeah, see, I've gotten so used to soy milk. I mean, because by the time I'm done eating whatever I'm going to eat anyway, it's flavored from the cereal. Mm-hmm. So, like, whether I'm eating, I stock up on Count Chocula and Frankenberry over Halloween. I buy as much as I can because you can't get it the remainder of the year now.
Right.
They only sell it over Halloween, so I'll buy 6 boxes of each, and I'll keep them so I can eat them throughout the year because they're good for about a year.
6 boxes would last me a week in my house.
Well, it's just me.
No, that's just one person. That's my son.
Yeah, see, I don't eat that much. I'll eat cereal at night for a snack or something.
Oh yeah.
But as far as the boxes are small, so it's like 1 box is sitting for me. It's 2 bowls, just because how small those boxes are. But you get them and they're like $2 a box. I don't mind buying them in a mass because I can't get it the remainder of the year. The only other thing I ever eat is either Frosted Flakes or Raisin Bran or something.
Do you like Cocoa Pebbles?
I like them, but I won't buy the Mono Meal brand.
Have you tried the new one?
No.
It's peanut butter chocolate. And it's not only just the Cocoa Pebbles, but it also has peanut butter pebbles in it. And I'll tell you what, that actually is really good. It tastes like a Reese cup.
Oh.
Some cereal we have here is cheap. It's $1 a box, and it's like 11 to 18 ounces.
Yes.
Yeah, we have that here too, but ours come in the bags.
Yeah, see, I'll buy the big bags of the Frosted Mini Spooners of the Mono Meal because I like those as much as I like Mini Wheats. But then
that wouldn't have lasted here with Richie. He ate it like it was popcorn.
And it's or I buy Raisin Bran, but I don't buy the poster of the Kellogg's. There's another brand that carries at the grocery store I'm at that I like just as much as Kellogg's or Post.
Right.
I don't really like Kellogg's because it's already pre-sweetened.
Yeah.
So.
Now I'll tell you, you said you like the Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Have you tried the new cinnamon ones?
I say I don't like cinnamon.
I was going to say I wouldn't recommend it. But the new chocolate frosted ones.
I've tried those.
Are good.
Because usually when I go to Wally World and I get stuff, I'll usually go down the aisle to see what they got. And they've got the big, ginormous box
Walmart,
for $6.
Wally World is the only place you can get the peanut butter Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah.
So next time I'm over there, I'll grab a box and bring it over here for you.
Because I was pissed because Captain Crunch used to make this the cereal that I liked called Oops Chocolate Donuts. And it had these little chocolate, they look like chocolate Cheerios on steroids.
Have you seen the new ones that come out? They now have a sprinkled donut one, and they have the chocolate donut back.
Because, I mean, there was cereal that I missed that, like Nintendo cereal system that had 2 varieties, cereal in one box. You'd open up one bag.
Yeah.
And then Pop-Tarts Crunch was good because they were little mini Pop-Tarts you could put in milk.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, and like, I grew up, you know, eating, you know, there used to be this, it was called Corn Bran. It had a little scarecrow on the front of the box. I used to like that.
Yeah. They still had that in the 80s. I don't know which one you're talking about.
King Vitamin I can't find anymore. It had the little king in the front of it.
Yeah, that's...
He's gone. I'll buy grape nuts every once in a while when it's on sale. But here's what I do is I take and I buy like Greek yogurt.
It's good on yogurt, yes.
I use it in place of granola and make like a McDonald's parfait. I'll buy like blueberries and strawberries when they're cheap enough. And then, you know, I can make my own McDonald's version of their parfait. But in lieu of putting granola on the top of it, I put grape nuts.
Yeah, I used to get those, but now they're like this big. It's like you're still paying the same price, but they shrunk them down like half the size.
Yeah, because they put them on the dollar menu.
They've always been on the dollar menu.
Well, when they first came out, they were like $2.50 or something, and that's when they were bigger.
Right, and then they came down to like $1, and yeah.
And then they shrunk and made them dollar size. What's the same way if you would get like a $1 McFlurry? It's made in like the little kitty drink cup or something.
Oh yeah, it's not even worth it. And then the thing is, with the McFlurries now, they don't even fill it all the way to the top. It's half full and that's it. It's like, wait a minute, what about the rest of the cup?
Yeah, well, it was like, you know, I went in, you know, being a Starbucks junkie, I went in and asked them if they could make a Neapolitan Frappuccino. And they said, well, you know, we've had a lot of stuff on the secret menu, but nobody's asked for that. And I said, well, you guys make a vanilla Frappuccino, right? And they're like, yeah. You make a strawberries and cream, yeah. You guys make a chocolate Frappuccino, yeah. Can you put in a little of each? So she tried it and put in strawberry syrup, some strawberries, and then she put in the chocolate stuff, and then the vanilla is just a plain. She whipped it up, and it was Neapolitan.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like, there's been a couple times I've gone in there and I've done a raspberry tiramisu.
Yeah.
And they're like, raspberry? I'm like, don't knock it until you try it. And I love it because it's 2 of my favorite flavors.
Yeah, raspberry, and then, you know, the tiramisu's got the creamy and the cocoa-ish and all that, so.
All right, break time again.
Yep, break time. You're listening to some kind of radio show on SKO Radio Network. We will be right back.
Dive right in by interpreting one of the easiest events in the last 20 years of American history. Now, can someone tell me why in 1975 we pulled our troops out of Vietnam?
The failure of Vietnamization to win popular support caused an ongoing erosion of confidence in the various American but illegal Saigon regimes.
Is she right? Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that. I wish I could, but I was there. I wasn't here in a classroom, hoping I was right, thinking about it. I was up to my knees in rice paddies with guns, and then we're going up against Charlie, slugging it out with him, while pussies like you were back here partying, putting headbands on, doing drugs, listening to the goddamn Beatle albums.
Hey, Professor, take it easy, will you? I mean, these kids, they were in grade school at the time. And me, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
Well, I didn't know you wanted to get involved with the discussion, Mr. Helper. But since you want to help, maybe you can help me, okay? You remember that thing we had about 30 years ago called that Korean conflict? Yeah, where we failed to achieve victory. How come we didn't cross the 38th parallel and push those rice eaters back to the Great Wall of China and take the Berkeley brick and nuke them back into the fucking Stone Age River? How come? Tell me why. Say it. Say it.
All right, I'll say it. Because Truman was too much of a pussy wimp to let MacArthur go in there and blow out those commie bastards.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm gonna be watching you.
A good teacher. He really seems to care about what I have known.
You are listening to the Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now. The number's 330-871-4422. Again, that's 330-871-4422. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
And we're back on Some Kind of Radio Show. Earl and Deb had to take off for just a moment. Obviously, you know who the hell I am. At least I sure hope. I ain't been on here in 3 weeks, but, well, hey, I'm at least back for a couple weeks. We still got Ellie with us, right? Ellie.
Hello?
Hello? Okay. I
go.
didn't realize. I'm sitting at the board now.
No, sorry, I put the phone on mute because my mom's in here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I go look on the board because, like, when I run my show, Wednesday nights, I usually leave the Skype and the music on. You know, I don't have the mute on. But now sitting across from me, we got our buddy Mike from Thursday night's Manpocalypse show.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing there, Mike?
Not too bad, man.
So you're on 7.
I really like that show.
Thanks, Ellie.
7 to 10 Thursday nights,
I just wish
right?
it was a little more hard-hitting.
Well, we're kind of going slow to start. It's probably going to get a little more hard-hitting as we go along. Just kind of getting a feel for things.
There's a lot of crap guys go through, and people are like, oh, well, women are the ones who don't have power. We do in some areas, and we actually abuse it.
Well, women have a lot of power, and in all honesty, sometimes guys are assholes, so we're going to call them out too, but...
You got to call everybody out.
You got to call everybody out.
Yep.
Hey, do me a favor, close the door real quick. And, yeah, I mean, it would be the same way. It's just like, you know, with me, it's like, I have no problem speaking my mind, telling people how I feel, just because of the fact that, you know, screw it, I mean... I don't pussyfoot around with anybody, whether it's at work or in my personal life or whatever. It's just, you know, you gotta be honest with people. I mean, I've got friends right now that, you know, do this, do that. You know, they want to, you know, they're on one side or the other, and I'm right down the middle, regardless of anything and all that. So, and I'm just like, you know, I'll respect your views. I'm going to challenge you, this, that, and the other. But beyond that, it's just like, I mean, you're going to get a piece of my mind. I had, like, I'll give you an example. Like, Wednesday night, I had a longtime friend of mine I haven't seen in, God, probably 5 years. He sat in with me on my show Wednesday night, and we dedicated my sports show to the entire, he's a WWE fan like I am.
Right.
So he had messaged me and says, hey, you know, we should do sometime after our wrestling pay-per-view, we should do a show and just review it. And, like, over summer, I'm only running 2 hours because even if there's nothing else to talk about, there's only baseball right now that's going on. You got some of the NBA crap we could talk about, but the draft has no interest in me.
No.
I mean, you know, my team's, you know, fairly built. Everybody's, well, what's LeBron going to do? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, okay. So I said, I'll tell you what, after this last Wednesday night, I said, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Every Wednesday, right after the wrestling pay-per-view, I'll have you come in here. You know how to get up here now. Come in and sit with me for the couple hours, and we'll go back and forth. And now, instead of me taking a break at 8:30 and playing music to kill a little bit of time, I said, fuck it. I'll play. I run all my promos at the top of the hour.
Right.
And then I'll play, like, and then instead of even having to play music to kill time, I'll run our promos, you know, and then, you know, I'll play at least one song. So between the promos and the song, I got a chance to go outside top of the hour and smoke a cigarette. So... You know, I just want to be able to go out once an hour. I'm happy.
Yeah.
So, but I said, so right after pay-per-view week, I said, now I'll have you sit in with me. We BS about the pay-per-view because we both watch it. And if I don't get to watch it all day Sunday, I can go back and watch what I missed on Monday.
Right.
Which is what I usually have to do because 3.5, 4 hour thing, once I eat, I'm ready to snooze. So... Like this last one, I fell asleep about like an hour and a half before it ended.
So in other words, you would fit in very well with the Manpocalypse crew.
Yeah.
We eat and sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty much, you know. And like through the week, I mean, people ask me, I'm like, you know, Monday and Tuesday are the only 2 days at my house I've got to get shit done.
Right.
So Mondays I really don't feel like it because I've got a long day at work. Tuesday I come home and I've either got to cut my grass, I got to clean, I got to do something. Wednesdays I'm here at the show. And then Thursdays I'm usually out with all my friends. We go out Thursday nights. And then, of course, you know, I don't work Fridays all summer. So Fridays running around. But Fridays I get home late. You know, I'll get home like really late on Thursday night. And I just, you know, and I don't feel like doing shit when I wake up Friday morning besides listening to the radio.
Well, yeah, it's your day off.
Drinking coffee, and then, you know, I may run around through the afternoon, and then over summers, I'm either going to be here Friday night or the nights I'm not here, I leave at 5, we go listen to music, we go eat, and then like 1 o'clock, I'm going to drive a few hours and then go home.
Right.
Go make the money I've already spent. So... And then, like, tomorrow, I hope it doesn't fucking rain because my friend Erica's performing at a place down here. I want to go see her play till, like, 7. And I want to take my other car out. You know, I have to load it up with power steering fluid before I drive it. I got to eventually get that fixed, but I just sunk $150 into my daily car, so... But I'm like, so I want to go out and do that. Well, if it rains tomorrow night, nobody's going to be out. And it's like, okay, what the fuck's there going to be to do? Nobody's going to have their cars out, which is why last Saturday when I went down, it stormed early till like 8:30. Then it just cleared up and it was beautiful the remainder of the night.
It was a great night that night.
And I ran around. There was nobody out. So I'm just like, well, fuck it. I came back home, got my other car, went out, wanted to drive, and my phone took a shit on me. I got the blue screen of death on my phone. It said downloading, please don't power down object or something like that. And I can't take the battery out of my phone because my battery's self-contained on the phone. You can't just take it out anymore. So I had to let it sit and die Saturday night. I woke up Sunday morning, plugged my phone in, powered it back on, and it worked. So I ended up coming home at 1 in the morning Saturday night. I was just so pissed I didn't want to go out and drink or nothing. And
that's pretty pissed when you don't want to go out and drink.
Yeah, I was just like... I went home, poured a martini, chugged it down, and went to sleep. And I woke up Sunday, and I have to sleep all afternoon when there's a pay-per-view because I can't stay up until 11 o'clock at night, turn around and get up at 3 in the morning and go to work.
Right.
So I sleep, 4 or 5 hours in the afternoon on Sunday to make up for what I don't get Sunday night before I go into work.
Exactly.
Going to work 4 hours and having to drive a 26,000-pound truck the following day on 4 hours of sleep doesn't work for me.
Not a good idea.
Not enough caffeine in the world for.
No.
So I got to get a little insight on your show because I was out last night and I didn't get a chance to listen. So what did you guys do last night?
Well, last night we started with. What did we start? We started with drinking games.
Okay.
And we were kind of joking. Because Aaron's a little bit older than I am. I'm a little bit older than most of the college kids playing these drinking games. And it's like we were saying, for us, drinking games consisted of A, who's going to get the drunkest the fastest, and the big game was not to be the first to pass out because that's when the Sharpie came out. That was our drinking game. That was it.
Yeah.
There was no beer pong. There was no... I think what got Aaron started on this was he found something like battle shots.
Yeah.
So it was shots done like battleship.
Yeah, so when you land, instead of putting a red peg in, you got to drink.
You got to do a shot.
Yeah.
And we actually looked up.
I played that.
We found a game, based on Facebook, and it was something like every time you see a selfie, you do a shot. And it was like, I would die in the first 5 minutes of that game. Because all you got to do is find somebody, an 18-year-old girl, and you're going to see selfies all over the place, and you're going to drink yourself to death.
Well, when we played my graduation party, mind you, I was the first out of my graduating class who had their party.
Right.
Because I had it. See, when I was in high school, we didn't go to school the last week that everybody else did. The seniors got out a week early.
Yeah.
And then we had our commencement that following Saturday after school completely was done for the year. Well, my mom wasn't going to host a kegger for me, but my brother did. So then I had invited everybody and said, there's going to be drinking and everything, yada, yada. It was in Kent versus Streetsboro where I grew up.
Right.
So my mom knew I was going to go out and drink all day. She didn't care. She's like, you're going to be with your brother, and he'll oversee everything. We get out there, and a kid graduated a year ahead of me, And we didn't get along real great in school, but once we sat down and started, sipping a couple of beers and everything, he's like, well, we got to get you drunk really quick. You'll pass out. My brother made sure nobody busted out the Sharpie on me. He's like, we're gonna get you drunk, and then you'll sleep for an hour or two, and then we'll wake you back up. You'll probably sober up, and we'll get you drunk again.
Yeah.
So we started playing this game called Red or Black.
Okay, I have no.
You've probably never heard it. You need a deck of cards.
All right.
You lay them face down. You got to take the jokers out, and then what you've got to do is the cards face down. You got to guess if it's going to be a red card, heart or diamond, or a black card, spade or club.
Okay.
And then if you're right, you flip it over, you're good. But if you're wrong, you've got to drink to the count that's on the card.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
anything through an ace through 10 seconds. And it's got to be continuous drinking. And
so like you drink for that amount of time.
Yeah. So
okay. Not that many drinks.
Not that many drinks, but you drink
Okay.
for that amount of time. So if you're screwing up a lot of 8, 9, and face cards, you're drinking a lot.
You're drinking for a while.
So, and thankfully, back then, I wasn't drinking any real heavy beer.
Yeah.
But when we got there, we were drinking these things. You know what an Irish car bomb is, don't you?
Oh yeah.
A good shot. Like everybody's Jameson guy. I'm a Bushmills guy.
Yeah.
So drop your shot of Bushmills into a good old Guinness and chug it away. Well, we were doing these things called root beer barrels.
Okay.
We had a bottle of root beer schnapps. We would drop a 1-ounce shot in the glass in the beer, and then you would chug it. I had a couple of those good, and they were starting to get me accelerated.
Right.
Then we started playing Red or Black, and Kevin he didn't picture me a drinker, and I drank a lot in high school. So, and he was getting way drunker than I was, and we were drinking about the same amounts. But he was just like, hey.
But he thought he'd drink you under the table.
Yeah, he thought he would drink me under the table. And, and then I had a few, and people brought, and I was a Boone's Farm guy when I was in high school. And
everybody was.
And and after the drinking, after we ran through the deck a few times on Red or Black, then somebody busted out a bottle, and I finally was just getting a little goofy. And then so I went and slept for about an hour and a half. I woke up, and I was ready to start
Ready to
again.
go again.
And that's I told everybody, I was like, hey, bring me a bottle of Boone's Farm. That's probably what I'm going to drink the entire night. Because I wasn't much of a beer guy back then. It's just like, because we used to, out in Kent, there's this drive-through that's on the border of Kent and Brady Lake. The drive-thru's still open. We used to go out there with our fake IDs. The dude knew they were fake. He didn't give a shit. And because if Habib wasn't open at the little Arab drive-through that was in town, then if we didn't make it out to him in time, we could go out to this other drive-through, and we bought either like wine coolers.
Yep.
Remember the 2 liters of wine coolers?
Oh yeah.
And Sun Country or California coolers or something, and we either bought those, we bought Boone's, or we'd get those premixed bottles of Screwdriver or Long Island iced tea.
Well, and see, even that was a drinking game for our generation, because the game was, how can we go get alcohol tonight with everybody being underage?
Yeah.
And it was who's got the best fake ID, or which girl is willing to go flash the dumb, nerdy clerk and get beer for us, Those were our games. The games that exist now that college kids are doing, it's beyond me how they survive.
And a lot of them, we weren't drinking like White Lightning back then.
No.
We weren't drinking Everclear or nothing like that.
No.
My buddy's got a still, and he brews apple and cherry pie for the Muni lot.
Yeah.
And, they'll let you get away with beer up in the Muni lot, but once you start busting out the clear stuff like that, they're not real thrilled about that.
No.
So because he would bring it up, and they would bring it up and try to bring it up in like Sprite bottles or something to get away with it. And, the cops kind of caught on to the smell of it. So he's had to dump a lot of the stuff that he's stilled into the sewer.
That's sad.
So he's learning over the years, but that's what he likes, because he likes getting there and then just maintaining the entire night.
Yeah.
But he drinks the 180 proof stuff.
Right.
And I don't even like 151. I'm not a rum guy. I became a vodka guy when I started driving Uber, because, you got to be able to, if I'm going to go out and just have like 2 drinks or something, and then I need to go drive like midnight to 4.
Yeah.
I go out karaoke and I drink a couple of vodka tonics and, just have something social, and then that's it, and then nobody's going to smell booze on me.
Exactly.
Whereas if I go out tonight and drink a few Heinekens, you're going to
smell it.
You're going to smell it on me. So, which is why I'm cautious. Like, I had a friend of mine had messaged me on Facebook and said, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing the radio show till midnight." She's like, "Oh, shit." She's like, "Well, I'm off work tomorrow. I wanted to go out and have a few drinks." And I said, Saturday night's my night to get out. So
Yeah.
she's like, "Well, I got to work at 5 a.m. Sunday." I said, "Sleep a few hours during the day. I mean, you can go home." I was just like, "Or I'll stay up with you till about 4 in the morning. Then you can leave, stop, get some coffee, and go to work at 5 a.m. You're not going to be drunk."
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, she's like, "Well, that's how I always end up anyway."
Well, it's called self-control.
Yeah. I go out and get drunk once a year anymore, and that's right around my birthday because we go bar hop in Kent for Halloween.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I have somebody driving me.
I think for most of us that becomes an age thing.
Yeah.
I don't get drunk nearly as much as I used to. I'll still drink, at this point mostly beer just because I know I can have a couple and not get messed up.
Yeah.
But once, twice a year getting drunk, that's about it for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, for me, it's just, I can't even do anything like that anymore. And it's just, I mean, like, it's tough for me to drink work nights because if I'm out a night before work and I go in at 5 in the morning and they smell it on me, they'll turn around and send me home.
Yeah, it's over at that point.
So that's all the convincing I need. And then, like, when I was out last night with everybody, I could have had a couple of beers, but I knew I wanted to drive, and the place I was at, a vodka and tonic would have been $7 or $8.
Yeah.
Food was cheap enough, but the unless you're drinking like the beer bucket specials.
Right.
Yeah, which.
But then let's see. On last night's show, after we got done with the drinking and everything, we got into chivalry.
Chivalry.
And just the idea of men being gentlemen and not being gentlemen, and feminists, getting mad if men are gentlemen these days, and just how much it pisses us off. I mean, like we said last night, we were raised to be gentlemen.
Yeah.
Not just to women, but gentlemen in general. We were raised to treat people with a certain amount of respect. And
Keep going, yes.
Thank you, Ellie. And
Women are getting too bitchy with this shit. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Oh, they really are. I mean, if I hold a door for you, I'm not dominating you. I'm not showing you that I'm better. I'm being a polite person and holding a door.
No, you're trying to help a little bit.
Yeah. And, like the one we brought up last night, and I do this still to this day, if I'm walking down the street with a friend that's a woman or my wife or my girls, they walk on the inside, and I walk on the outside towards the street.
It was an old thing that somebody might try to snatch them from a car.
It was that. It was to protect you, back in the old days before they had actual roads. Somebody drives through a mud puddle, I'm going to take the brunt of the water.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
And the way I look at it, I would rather something happen to me first and them have a chance of getting away or surviving. So I put them on the inside. It's not me dominating them or, holding
it's not
power.
Domination.
It's me protecting them. When I was younger, I did it with my little brothers. So it's not even a male-female thing. It's just, I'm a protective person. If I care about you, I want to put you out of harm's way. And we just talked about how feminists especially just seem to want to strip men of the ability to be gentlemen. So, and then from there, we just touched on a bunch of different light topics. We touched loosely on, being old and out of shape and having dad bods and things like that. And we touched on anger as well and how men do have an issue with anger and don't really like opening up and going and seeking help when they need it. But other than that...
Well, that's because they're always told growing up men don't cry or boys don't cry or something like that.
Exactly.
So everything gets bottled up.
Exactly. So that was kind of the gist of last night's show.
Yeah, see, it's just like, it's like nowadays, I mean, you got women, I mean, I've always tried, being polite to women or being polite to anybody.
Yeah.
And, but, obviously trying to treat a woman as an equal.
Right.
Like, I won't, at work, I'm not going to help you more just because you're a woman or whatnot, just because if you're making the same money as me, you're going to be doing the same amount of work as I am.
Yeah. And quite honestly, talking about holding a door, if I see a guy that's got his hands full and is having trouble opening the door, I'm going to go open the door for him. Or I'm going to hold the door for him. I don't care if you're a guy or a woman. It's just general politeness. But it's looked upon
Women
as...
today are assholes for this shit.
Yeah, they are.
They really are. I mean, if you don't do it, they actually look at you crooked like, ain't you going to do it?
Yeah, that's the
what
other
do you
side
want?
of that
It's
coin.
like a catch-22.
If I do it, they get mad because I did it. If I don't do it, they get mad because I didn't.
See? Yeah.
It's like
That wouldn't happen here. You're holding a door open for me. Thank you.
Right?
And
That's
I'm
all we
going to
want.
walk through it. And
That's
my
all we
dumbass is going to be thinking, yeah, I'm a princess going through the door.
I mean, I have my moments where I can be an asshole. Like, I'll give you one good example where I've got some friends of mine who are from the Middle East.
Right.
They're over here earning their keep and doing whatnot, and a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the people that we've had that have come over as refugees get resettlement funds from our government as a little way of helping out.
Yep.
You get out to Kent, they're spending them on Mercedes, BMWs, high-end clothes, high-end this, high-end that. So, like, my friend was working as a barista, and what I started telling a lot of them that I see, because a lot of them will sit in there, they'll drink their coffee, and they'll talk, but they won't speak English. They only speak Arabic. And I see him jump out, and there's this kid I see downtown all the time. He drives a Maserati. Not the cheapest thing in the world.
No, not at all.
He finally, when I was there today, before I came into the radio show tonight, I happened to see him. He sat in his car on his phone, but that's all he'll do. He won't go in anywhere, doesn't go into the bars. He just likes driving his car around. And so I walked up to him and I was like, hey, you speak English, right? He's like, oh, yeah, I speak good. I'm like, man, you better enjoy this car before the end of the year as much as you can. He's like, well, why? I'm like, well, you know the resettlement funds your folks get that they go out and buy all this stuff with. I was like, a lot of them don't realize that was a loan and not a gift, so you guys got to have all that paid back by the end of this year. I was just like, the president had signed that, and otherwise they're going to repossess all the stuff. They're going to foreclose on your house, repossess your all your cars and your property, and then what they don't make auctioning it back off, you guys are going to have to work it back off. You're going to be sent out to work for the government. So, I mean, could be picking crops, could be picking up litter off the freeway. You guys are going to have to work all this stuff off. So you better enjoy it now because your parents are spending it on all these frills, not realizing, because a lot of them couldn't read real well. A lot of them didn't realize it was a loan and not a gift. And a lot of them will get on their phones and you start hearing them at their dads, and then they'll get off the phone and they have this look, and even their folks don't know, and they didn't keep none of the paperwork they got when they come over here. They just think, screw it, you American, give us money. So, and a lot of them give me these dirty looks when they come in because, their folks don't know. I mean, it's a gift. It's resettlement funds.
Right.
They get it, but they're realizing they're spending a lot of frilly. And I've seen a lot of these kids come in. They were driving a Mercedes. Guess what? They're coming in like a Chevy Impala or a Ford Taurus or something now because their parents are making them get rid of a lot of this high-end stuff, get something more economical, and they're not as frilly and, they're not blowing a lot of this because it's like they're coming over and they're viewing it as a gift. And then when the government gives them the loan to start the business, well, the way a lot of them are staying here and they keep the business going, they transfer it into another relative's name. They get another 7 years, and they just keep it going, boom, boom, boom. And none of them are paying, the businesses don't pay tax, or they're given a little tax-exempt status on a lot of it. So, and a lot of them are getting busted now because they're taking, Ellie, I imagine in New York, if anybody gets welfare out there, their food stamp benefits come on a card now, don't they?
Yes, they do. It's the Medicaid card.
Okay, see, out here we have something called the Ohio Direction Card. Instead of getting paper food stamps like the old days, it comes on a card.
It's like a debit card.
It's almost like a debit card. You put it in, you got to type in a 4-digit PIN, and that's how you buy your groceries. Well, you go to Muhammad.
Although Trump is trying to change it, that you can only get food from a place called Blue Apron.
Yeah. Well, that's where they mail you the meals.
And some people have gotten that. It's on YouTube, and they don't like what they're getting.
Yeah, well, a lot of it is, here's the way it needs to reform is because, out here, our two biggest grocers in this area are Acme and Giant Eagle.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you've got Aldi's in New York State, don't you?
We have Aldi's, but it's in a different part of Brooklyn, and I've never been there.
Well,
I have Meth Food, Key Food.
Okay. But see, you guys do have Aldi stores there, and we have another discount chain called Save-A-Lot.
Yep.
That's big in our area, and I like Save-A-Lot a little bit better than Aldi's. But they need to change it to where you can only go to those 2 stores, because if you're getting food benefits and you're not paying for the food, why are you able to go buy name brand stuff for one, and for two, or why are you able to, and a lot of them, I'll sit in grocery lines and see these people, and your kids don't need pop, your kids don't need why are they buying Kellogg cereal? What's wrong with Multi-Meal cereal if it's free?
I agree with that. I think soda should be completely taken off that.
Yeah.
They should not be able to get lobster, which they can.
Yeah. And here,
these expensive steaks, but you have to give them enough money to cover juice, to cover milk.
Yeah, I can see
soda here, I can get a 3-liter soda 3 blocks away from me for $1 plus tax and deposit, which is only like a total of $1.15.
Yeah, I can see that, but
juice is like $4 for a half a gallon.
Yeah, well, out here, if you go like walking Aldi's or Save-A-Lot, you can buy the generic stuff. Tastes reasonably close. I've bought it. And
I'm talking about the generic stuff. Tropicana is 6 and change.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys, your stuff's more expensive in New York, period, just because the cost of living is higher out there. But like out here, like no pop, no energy drinks, no candy, no this. Oh, there's a lot of stuff they need to exclude, and also they need to make it to where you can only shop at these couple of stores because it keeps you focused and it'll make your food dollar go further.
Right.
But you can walk in a lot of these Arab markets out here with your direction card. They ring everything up as a general grocery item, so you could have your direction card, walk in and get 2 packs of smokes and a 6 of beer on your welfare card. Well, a lot of it now is the state, because the federal funds go to the state to provide your food stamps. The state's been going out and busting a lot of these markets now because they'll walk in, ring in beer and cigarettes just under general grocery. They will, they'll ring it up as a taxable item.
It used to be like that here, but for some reason, it hasn't happened in well over 10 years. But you used to be able to do that, even toilet paper.
Yeah, but I think that Pataki helped get rid of that when he was governor.
I'm not sure who. I wasn't really political back then, but this was a while ago when my dad was still alive.
Yeah, so like
that's how we got a bunch of toilet paper.
Yeah, Ohio will give some of the people that are drawing assistance, they'll give them some credit like that to where they can buy the essentials, like if they need soap, shampoo type of thing, they'll give them like a voucher for that kind of stuff. Well,
see, here's the hard part, and I'll actually I'll get a little bit personal here. My family for a while had food stamps.
Yeah.
Okay, because
I did as well.
My youngest daughter has cerebral palsy.
Same here.
And the cost of just going to the doctor 3-4 times a week was killing us. So we got food stamps. So I will say that I don't fully agree with the idea of limiting to certain stores or to non-name brand. But what I will say is I would say it's good if they went along the lines of the WIC program, the Women, Infants, and Children. Because when you're on the WIC program, you have a list, and you can go in and you can get any one of these 10 cereals.
Yeah.
And it's going to have some non-name brand, and it's going to have a couple name brand. And it gives you a choice. I think, in all honesty, if you're going to be on food stamps, no matter what the state, no matter what store you walk in, it should be, might be a little extra sign underneath that says food stamp approved.
Yep.
That way you're not blowing $10 on one box of high-end mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But, you can get decent mac and cheese for your kids. You know what I mean?
I buy the generic stuff when I go. I don't buy craft.
Don't get me wrong. I buy the generic too. But I'm just saying, I don't like the idea of flat out limiting it to the cheapest stuff possible. I'm okay with some option, but it definitely needs to be regulated.
You can only get the brand names. They have a generic of it yet.
Yeah, but
And it also depends on what your diet is. If your doctor has you on a special diet, you have to do it. If you're a diabetic, the non-diabetic stuff is cheaper than the diabetic stuff.
That's just like my daughter when she was 3. there were certain things that she would not eat.
Yeah.
And she didn't know if it was name brand or not. She just wouldn't eat some things. You know, and I can't sit there and force food down, a 3-year-old handicapped kid's throat. I got to feed them what they're going to eat.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree.
But I do agree, if I've got food stamps and I'm trying to feed myself, my wife, and my kids, I don't need to be going in and buying, T-bone steaks and
Lobster.
full racks of rib,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Make it realistic to the point where, in a way, you're forcing them to provide for their family, but give them some options.
Yeah,
Hello?
I can understand that.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, it was like going dead for a little bit.
Well, we are 5 minutes over the top of the hour. I gotta play, I guess, a little bit of a break here from the way things look. And what I want to do is the next break coming up is like 5.5 minutes, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm like, let me see if I can do this real quick. And yeah, okay, there we go. I wanted to plug in a song after this break's over, because Lord knows I want to go out and smoke a cigarette, and 5 minutes ain't going to be long enough. So, but what we'll do here is we'll take our top of the hour break. It'll play all the stuff. It'll have the movie. It'll have a clip from our salute, which is Back to School. Then it's going to play another song. So we should probably be back in just shy of about 10 minutes. So you're listening to Some Kind of Radio Show on the SKO Radio Network. And at least at this point, it'll be me and Mike coming back on the other side of the hour. So, Ellie, hang on to the line. And we will all be right back.
See you guys in a minute.
Yep.
I'm
sorry.
As a girl, or I was a flower of the mountain. Yes, when I put the rose in my hair like the Andalusian girls used. Or shall I wear red? Yes. And how he kissed me under the Moorish wall, and I thought, well, as well him as another. And then I asked him with my eyes to ask again, yes. And then he asked me, would I yes to say yes, my mountain flower. And first I put my arms around him, yes, and drew him down to me so he could feel my breasts all perfumed, yes. And his heart was going like mad, and yes, I said, yes, I will, yes.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence. I think Joyce is pretty hot, too. And now that I've got your attention, I'd like to run down the reading list for the semester. See what else turns you on.
What a woman.
Dad, she is the teacher.
You know, I like teachers. If you do something wrong, they make you do it over again.
Don't you think maybe you should just take some notes?
Yeah. I gave away all my pens. I'm sorry, I need this back. And here's a calendar for you.
Oh, Mr. Mellon. Are you waiting for me?
Yes, I was. Look, I know I'm only a freshman, but what do you say you and I have dinner tonight? We could talk about Joyce. She's my favorite writer.
Well, you're not the usual freshman, but I'm sorry I can't. The thing is, I'm sort of going with someone.
Where you going?
That's a good question. Actually, I'd like to join you, but I have class tonight.
How about tomorrow night?
I have class then, too.
I'll tell you what, then. Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
All right. Maybe I will.
It was just a whole
Sorry about that.
crap load of
We're
wind.
back on the SKO Radio Network. I forgot to mute the phones. Sorry about that.
Oh, we were all over the place?
Dead messages and says, hey, you forgot to mute the phones. And I'm like, oops.
Sorry.
No, that was my mistake. I had forgot to, mute the phones. And I'm like, yeah, it was my
well,
mistake.
I hope everybody enjoyed the conversation.
I'm like, whoops. I'm like, and my phone's across from me plugged in. I see the little green dot blinking, and I'm like, oop.
Yeah, 20 laps is a wet noodle for you, Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be my luck. I can do that. But I was like, whoopsie here. I was like, I forgot to.
It's all right. It's all right. We behaved ourselves.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm like, it's just like, I haven't run a scores show, and it's been a couple years since I've had to run the scores show. I'm used to running mine, and I tried plugging a song in just to give us a few more minutes. Give me like a few more minutes of being outside, and I'm like, whoopsie. So yeah, we're back now. I'm like, I'm guy sitting here, and I'm trying to right click on this thing so I can reopen the USB drive that's in here, and I'm like, whoops. It's like, come on now, help me. It's like the thing wants to...
That part is we couldn't even hear what was going on either, so...
Yeah, it was like, it's like, I hadn't muted, now I got your mic unmuted finally. I opened mine up, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, okay, 20 million things, and I'm like, and I'm trying to click the plus thing down on here so I can re-add the...
Come on, man, I thought you were a pro.
Yeah, I'm so used to only having to do my show and open up what I gotta do here, and I'm like, okay, and it's because it's like they got everything lined up. It's like I've got my 11 break and my 11:30, and I have this thing set up to where I'm not really good at deleting things, so I have the auto delete set up, and I'm like, okay, here, why is it's like it can't insert anything as random track, and I'm like, okay, why is this USB thing? Why is the USB drive not opening up here? Oh well, if we don't have to, we might not have a little.
Isn't technology wonderful?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, technology's great
when it works and when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I got the USB in here. It's like I'm trying to open up the what's on the USB drive here, and it's just like, okay, here's USB drive H, and I'm like, okay, where's the, and it's just like, okay, what's, I'm trying to see
it's
what's
not blinking. Why is it not blinking?
And, okay, I see what they may have done here is she loaded everything in. Hold on, wrong one, that's why it ain't working. I'm a dumbass. Hold on, give me just a second here. You also gotta remember, I'm not used to plugging anything in here off the USB. I'm not used to running anything here.
Nobody's rushing you.
I'm just like, trying. It's a USB drive G, which I normally don't see, and I'm hitting the plus. I'm trying to hit the little plus key, which normally creates the drop-down menu, but oh well, there went our break 5, but oh well, we'll deal without it here. So,
and it's good to know that there's not just technical difficulties on my show.
Well, see, on mine, the only stuff that I ever load off of my that I ever load on my show is the stuff that's already in the system, and I'm like, I go to open this up, and I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to be like, what's on here and
what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, trust me. And this show's had technical difficulties from day one.
And it's like they have things, they have things on here, and I'm just, on here, and I'm just like, okay, dun dun dun. No, I'm not gonna. I don't want it. And let's see here. No, I don't want that. Screw it. But so I'm just like, okay, trying to figure out where they have their brakes loaded in, because they always have them on the thumb drive, because they put everything together before they bring it in.
Yeah.
They go and they load everything up. And for me, I'm like, okay, my whole thing is when I do my show, the only stuff I ever load in here is off of it's just what's already off of the computer.
Right.
So that's how I'm used to setting everything up, because I line up all my promos at the top of the hour. Then I plug in my break music, and then I have the promo things to where I just hit play, stop, play, stop, play. What started playing it didn't play the song I had lined up after us for some reason, although I dropped it in the right order. And then it started going into playing the 10:30 break. So, oh well, we'll do without a 10:30 break if we have to.
Yeah.
So it ain't gonna be the end of the world, but yeah, it's just like you can see my inexperience of running a scores program, because like I've been in here now, right? And it's just like, because I ran the board on the old show a few times. That's how I learned to run this. They said, okay, you're gonna run our breaks, you're gonna drop the order through, which I knew all the orders. And now I'm like, okay, and then doing it on this, it's just like when I set up my live show, I know the order of the promos I'm going to run. I know, and then I know I'm going to play my songs, and I'm going to set up promos again for the top of the hour. Then I can play my songs. I can do my stop after current, yada, yada. Well, I thought it was going to play that song I loaded in. And
well, you're doing fine, Tony.
Oh, well. So, but yeah, so I'm like...
Shit happens. If it didn't, it wouldn't be some kind of radio show.
Yeah, you're telling me. I mean,
that's right. At least nothing was destroyed.
Yeah, at least nothing's destroyed. I don't touch the board.
The building's not burning
because
down.
You know what they say: you break it, you bought it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But,
so as long as things can come back, you're batting 1,000. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I'm like, well, you know, it was kind of funny was because I had something happen on like my show probably. I don't know, it was like a month ago or something. I was trying to handle something off the air real quick, and I'm sitting there, okay, well, I'm doing it on my phone, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't talk right now. I'm like, okay, listen to this. So I plugged in the song and just clicked it on play, and I'm like, okay, this works for me, and I'm like, okay, let's see here what's going to be what, and...
Well, you're doing better than I would. I'd be playing, intros to your show and...
Yeah.
God knows what else.
Well, and it's funny here. It's because it's like... And it's my luck. It's because they don't even have, out of either of these USB drives that are plugged in, this one or this one, and watch. Just you watch. Hold on. I'm going to try something, I'm going to try something else here. And do it this way because, Ellie, the things that you sent us, I think those were what I was plugging in here. So let me try. Okay. Let me try powering this up, and I'm willing to bet you that, or is this more? Or let's see here. I'm going to open this and see what's on here. Okay, no, those are. Never mind. That's more music. So. Yeah, I'm like, because I know how to do this.
I'm sorry, I sent you the crap load.
Yeah, well, I appreciate everything you sent, but it was just the one USB drive that they have that had all the show promo, that had all our show clips on it. I think they took with them. Figuring everything was already reloaded, and all these thumb drives look the same to me.
Are you sure that happened? Because if it didn't, Debbie's gonna start yelling. I didn't do that. We didn't take nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have one that's plugged. I have one that's plugged in, and I've got two other ones that are sitting out here, and they all look the same to me because obviously, I know what they are and know how to use them, but I just I'm sitting there trying to click on them, and when you put them in and you power up the USB slot, it opens the menu as to what's on them while I'm opening them, and they're all music files. They're not, because Earl's good about naming. He'll put scores, and then he'll put our movie salute in parentheses. He'll put what break it is, so we know how to order them.
Right.
So, and I'm like opening it up, and I'm like, okay, where's the break? Where's the break on here? Where's the break on here? So screw it. We'll go without break 5 if we have to, and we'll just, and I can go to break 6, and this next one's 6 minutes, so that'll be long enough to do what we got to do. But yeah, I'm like, it's like, okay, the movie salute, okay, back to school. Everybody knew that, and like the first hour we on, I had done Facebook Live. You see the little mount thing I got clipped to the desk. That they were like, oh, Debbie's like, what the hell is this? And see,
I remember that conversation.
And see, Ellie, there's those little windshield mounts you can put that'll hold your phone. Well, there's little windshield mounts that they would sell that you could mount your cell phone in your windshield.
Oh, the windshield mount. I thought you said mouse. I'm sorry.
No, the windshield mounts that you can. You suction cup it and it'll hold your phone, yada yada. I've got a bunch of them because like when I drive Uber, I've got to be able to keep my phone mounted so I can see directions. I can really quick access it to and keep my eyes on both the road and my phone. and then I can tap and accept a request if they send it. Well, I had an extra one, so I wanted to bring it in the studio because my charge plugs in the bottom of my phone, and if I'm going to set my phone upright to where people can see me on Facebook Live, I have to have it to, here, and that was the easiest way. Well, Deb thought it was permanently mounted to the desk, and I'm like, no, it's easy. It's easy to peel it away, and I showed her. She's like, oh, okay, because, it was locked up. It was in the office on Wednesday, so I couldn't use it Wednesday night. But I'll throw it in my radio bag with my headphones and take it with me. That way I can always have it when I come in, because I like to be on, now that I've got a good place to hold my phone.
Right.
I can mount it and be on Facebook Live as well as, on the over the air. So, because there's people I know that won't listen to the show on the website or on TuneIn.
But they'll watch it on Facebook Live.
They'll watch everything on Facebook Live. The only bad thing on Facebook Live, you don't hear what's going on the phones or over the air.
Yeah.
You will only get out of what's on Facebook Live, and I have these people that are tuning in. One of my current bosses was watching. My old boss, I found on Facebook, and I liked working under her. She was a little tough on me, but I did like working under her, and she's still with the same company. And I'm like, but I know she's not at the same store, so I'm like, if I ever get back out that way, I know what general schedule she would work. I'd pop in and say hi.
Right.
I haven't seen her in forever. It's just like, okay. I've had some jobs where I've had some bosses that were totally tough on me, but, in hindsight, I'm adult enough to realize, they were a good boss.
Yeah, in some cases.
Yeah, in some cases. So, but I worked under Kim, and it's just like, okay, she was kind of tough on me, but, in the end, I'm kind of the same way as a boss myself.
Right.
But I don't realize it. But I'm also the boss that'll let you screw around as long as you're getting your work done.
As long as you're getting the job done.
Yeah, I would work in a restaurant, and it's just like I would let people go out for a quick 2-minute smoke break, being a smoker, and I'd let them sneak out a little bit. As long as they were getting their work done, I'd let them wander out, because it would be the same if they just asked me if they'd go to the bathroom. It would take them just as long to go to the bathroom as it does to walk out to smoke. So, but yeah, we would. It was just like I like Kim would always be doing the same thing my employees were doing. I would lead by example.
Yeah, you have to.
I wish I could get my current district manager now to do, because my old district manager would come in and it's just like, if I was busy enough, dude would run in back and throw on some plastic gloves and start helping us make food. He'd run orders, do whatever he had to do to help me out and be extra hands if I was overwhelmed.
Right.
And there's times you couldn't help it. You can't schedule for being overwhelmed. So, and there'd be times...
You've obviously worked with some pretty good people.
Yeah, I've learned. I've had enough jobs in my life. The current place I'm at, I've been at 11 years. It's the longest job I've ever had. And the current house I've lived in, I've been there since Thanksgiving of 2005. It's even growing up. I've lived where I'm at now longer than I've lived anywhere else for any one amount of time.
Right.
So it's like, nice to have some stability. And I've never moving out of my house. I've got no reason to. It's like it'll be the house I'm in until... for as long as I'm around. It's just...
I hope the same thing here. I've been here 35 years. I don't want to go anywhere.
I'm comfortable where I'm at. I got a good house. There's nothing structurally wrong with it. I don't have termites. I put out my ant stakes because whether or not I could treat or not treat, and I'm going to get ants anyway. And I keep a clean house for being a guy, just because. Mm-hmm. If I ever bring a woman home, I don't want to bring a woman home to a dirty house.
Right. That's a big no-no.
I was out at Halloween, and my friend Lisa and her boyfriend Wayne took me home. I was drunk, and Lisa was, she had to go to the bathroom. She was like, well, I'm afraid being a guy's house. She tells me the following week, she's like, I walked in, and your place was, really, really clean for a guy. And I'm like, I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult. She's like, no, compliment.
Oh, that's a compliment.
It's a compliment, big time, man.
And she was.
That's a compliment.
I was joking with her, and she's just like, I can't believe how clean you keep your house. I'm like, well, if I can keep up on it, there's just me. I only have to do I have work clothes I got to wash once a week, obviously, but my own personal clothes, I have enough underwear and socks I can get away with doing laundry every couple of weeks. So, because I hate having to do wash. My work clothes is one quick load. Right. But other than that, I mean, it's just like, I don't always have tons of time to do laundry with this being one guy. Sure, it's just like one small load for work clothes, and then I have one big load every other week to wash the rest of my clothes. I try to clean my bathroom and my kitchen every other week and try to vacuum, mop my floors or whatever, and do what I got to do just to keep things clean. Regardless, I never get the really big ants. I would always get the really tiny ones.
Yeah.
But now I spray the outside of my house with that Ortho home defense stuff.
Right.
I put up the little ant spikes that around the outside, and then I've got a couple of traps on the inside. It's been 5 or 6 years since I've seen an ant in my house.
Well, that's good, man. I mean,
because that's the big thing.
You said, you're a single guy, and, I'm going to kind of lean a little more towards the Man-Pocalypse show when I say this, but single guys, there's not much to clean up after. It's not hard to do, and I don't understand how guys have that problem.
Yeah.
Because I would be embarrassed as hell to bring a girl home to my mess if I was a single guy. And they never clean their house. It always looks like hell.
Homemaker.
Really?
And he was proud of it. I was an Oscar Madison, so it was a good thing. It was a good match.
Yeah, that helped. I mean, see, I grew up, having chores to do.
Yeah.
And when we would clean house every week. I was given stuff to do with it, earn my allowance, and then even growing up, junior high school. We would clean every other week, and my mom would have a cleaning lady come in the weeks that we didn't clean. So that way, it gave everybody a break. I still had little stuff to do during the week just to keep up. But for the most part, she was like, I know you're busy, so every other week, Saturday morning, before anybody goes and does anything, you're going to have an hour and a half worth of work to do. You'll clean, dust your own rooms, vacuum.
Right.
And then I would have to, dust stuff in the living room, which was no big deal. This is pre-Swiffer days, mind you. Pledge and a rag. But so we would keep stuff clean, and then my mom and my stepdad did the majority of it, but I would have an hour's worth of stuff to do just to help out.
Even you got lucky, because I never got a break from chores. My parents were divorced, so during the week I lived here in Akron with my mom, and I would have chores. And then on the weekends I'd go to my dad's, and he had a farm, so I'd really have chores at the farm.
Yeah.
So I never got a break. My break was actually being at my mom's and having less to do.
Yeah,
but I still had work to do.
I never had chores.
I had them for years and years
I
and
never
years.
had it. My mother felt nobody could clean the house the way she could, and that was it. Everybody just had to stay out of her way.
But even that was, hats off to your mom. That was a different kind of mom. That was a different era. Those, I'm going to say younger generations now, those moms don't really exist anymore. And it's sad.
No, moms today are like, you pull your own weight, clean.
Yeah. Either that or they just, try to pawn their kids off everywhere and go do what they want to do.
I mean, it was like I'd grow up, and I remember, my mom worked, and my dad was an over-the-road truck driver, so my dad was home a few times a week. And with my mom working, summertime, we had to get babysat. And I remember one summer, a lady that owned the farm out in Streetsboro, she was like, well, I won't charge you to babysit. I can just use the extra help feeding the chickens. I got to learn how to milk cows, and, and I just did a couple hours worth of farm chores, for her to watch us through the day, because they would do chores in the morning, and then the kids would help with it in the afternoon. That's when, Dad and all the regular farm hands would do everything. Then we could play. I always remember the lady, though, growing up, my mom would, bring by cereal and stuff for us to eat for, breakfast and lunch. And I remember, the day my mom almost got in a fist fight with this lady because, my mom would bring us good name brand stuff.
Right.
And the lady would always feed her kids real cheap stuff. Well, she started turning it around and feeding her kids our good stuff and giving us the cheap stuff. We had said something to our mom, well, Mom, why do we got to eat these generic cornflakes that come in a white box that just have black letters that say cornflakes on them? And, our Count Chocula is going to these other kids. My mom came home, and the lady was like, well, I just got to feed them cereal. You didn't say which kind. My mom, her Italian temper, she almost got in a fist fight with this lady. That was the last day that we were there getting babysat, and my mom found somebody else, but it was always like, yeah. So, yeah, it was like...
we always had generic stuff. It never bothered me.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I didn't know it was generic. I mean, it was food. It was
Oh,
what?
you didn't know.
No.
Kids today are too smart for their own good.
They are.
Yeah, it was just like, so, we got our buddy Jason's calling. Some kind of radio show. You're live on the air.
Hi, Comedy Killer. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Jason. How you doing? Say hi to Mike.
I'm Mike. Hey, Earl there tonight? Is he there?
Well, he's on the show. Him and Deb had to take off real quick, so they So they ended up taking off. So I took over on the board, and Mike came in to sit in with me while they were gone. They had to run down the road. Both had to run down the road real quick, and then but then they're going to come back before the show's over. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they should be back on in a little bit.
I want you guys are booking up those time slots real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna have something on Saturday night?
Right now on Saturday we have Pat Morrow doing his ham radio, Ham Radio Heaven, noon to 1. Casey's doing his game jam 3 to 7. Right now we're running the podcast Drinks with Larry from 7 to 8 at night, and then the after 8 o'clock tonight and then the early morning is still open. But yay, we got
Earl's back.
Earl's back. I'm gonna let Earl take over on the captain chair. Is Deb back too?
Yeah, she's back too.
Oh, she's about walking in. When I
I got to try and get settled here. So
I'll let you get settled. Yeah, I lost this break 5 and I couldn't find what thumb drive you had it on to reload it. So we have no break 5.
System. Oh, no break 5. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's why we were skipping. We were keeping talking. And
my captain's chair.
Hey, Earl, can you hear me?
No,
hey, Earl.
Their mics aren't
They
back
can't
open
hear you
yet.
yet,
They
buddy.
can't hear you. They don't have headphones plugged in. It could be a few minutes. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna unplug. Hang on tight, Jason. 'Cause I'm gonna unplug and let Deb have her chair back. I don't like being in the. I have.
Unplug me.
No, I'm not gonna unplug you. Hold tight. Give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna get out of the chair and let Deb plug her headphones back in.
Bear with him. Deb's kicking him out of the captain's chair.
One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi.
Yeah, you lost him there, buddy. They're not that fast.
What's not fast?
You guys didn't plug in fast enough. He was counting down.
Oh, well, I'm trying to get back in the door.
I had to unmute my mic. Why is that? Oh, there we go. I was wondering. I couldn't hear myself out of 4 for a second. I didn't have it plugged in all the way.
I went to see that new Jurassic Park movie tonight. Oh, that's why I didn't call you earlier. I was at Portage Crossing, but boy, that new Jurassic Park movie, I was lucky to get a seat.
All right. Am I on?
Yes, you're on.
Oh, okay. Just getting.
Jason's on the phone.
Oh, hey, Jason, how's it going, man? What's your buddy?
Hey, hi, Earl.
How's it going?
Hey, I got a question.
Okay.
Did you guys start another internet station? Because there's another one that just started besides the one that these reps are in the one out now.
No, I
Did you guys start it?
No, I didn't start another one. I didn't start another internet station. Just this one. One's enough. One's plenty.
Yeah.
I don't want to run two.
Hey, you got your button, the mute button. I'll tell you what it is. It's not nothing to do with
I don't care. Go ahead and mention them. I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay. It's Wolf Rock.
Oh yeah,
I
know the guy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know the guy over there. Yeah, they're out. Yeah, they do a bunch of classic rock. I know who they are. They follow us. We follow them.
Yeah.
They're friends of ours. Yeah, they're good guys over there.
Yeah. Well,
they're not affiliated with us,
how
I'm well aware of them. They're good guys.
Yeah, did something for your.
Hello, Jason.
There?
Jason, you still there?
Ellie's still there.
Ellie's still there.
Hello, Jason. You
I'm here. I think Earl's
I was
Earl's
dead
mic's
for a
muted.
while, but I'm still here.
Okay.
There it is. Jason called back.
All right.
Okay.
Jason. Hello.
Hello, Jason.
He's there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, just because you were talking, it just
Hello?
went. Yeah, it went dead for a
Hello?
second. Yeah, we hear you, Jason. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm here. I'm right here. I'm
Okay.
right here.
Yeah, we hear you, Jason. We got all the microphones. You got all the microphones on, Dylan?
Yeah, all the
Okay.
microphones are on.
Yeah, make sure he's hearing us.
Had to make
All right.
sure I was hearing myself too.
Yeah, Jason.
Can you hear us, buddy?
You hear us okay?
I'm right here.
Okay, we hear you. All right, go ahead. Keep going with your thought.
Jason.
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, we're here,
Are you
Jason.
there?
Can you hear anyone, Jason?
Yeah, I can hear. I had to shut down my. Okay, I had to shut down my internet app. But anyways, yeah, I saw them on Acorn News group page. But boy, anyway, yeah. So I just wonder if you started that one. Then sometimes the regular radio stations are more the radio stations.
Yeah, yeah. That's,
Anyway, so
yeah, that's not us, but I'm well aware of those
Yeah.
guys. They're a good group of guys that run a nice little station over there.
yeah. So well, I will post to everyone that's starting these internet stations a success because really the I have a career channel.
Mhm.
I really have I still listen to stations, but I
Mhm.
didn't like a monopoly. It's just that's why I got a Roku up in my room.
Yeah.
Because I told my mom when I watch TV, I'm not gonna watch Red TV now. There's some stuff that I TiVo, like the Expanse on the Sci-Fi Channel,
Mhm.
whatnot. But I really won't want to give something like Red TV or some entity like Career Channel
Mhm.
my time of day if they're gonna monopolize. Now, not big on government telling companies what to do, but the issue I have is when some big company monopolizes the whole industry. I mean, sort of like in retail, Walmart. So,
Right.
But yeah. So I really hope you guys succeed, and I think
Thank you.
you guys. I know you have your differences with other stations, but I'm gonna use an analogy here. You know how Star Trek, the Romulans, the Klingons, the
Mhm.
Federation,
Right.
the Cardassians, they all had one common enemy, the Borg.
That's
And
right. I'm
I
the
hate to
Klingons,
say it.
damn it. I'm the Klingons. I got sharp teeth. That's me. I'm going to be the Klingons. I get the sharp teeth.
Well, I take a certain FN stations to Federation because I know we two people on that station that wiped Star Trek.
There you go. That's fine.
See,
here's the thing. I'm not the 23rd century Klingons. I'm not the asshole ones. We're the next generation Klingons, where we're on the good guys' side. You know.
well, that Greek girl, she just watched some next generation and cousin know what Greek girl I'm talking about. He told me that that Cleveland Browns probably would not he's a fan, and that guy that Big Twister Sunday been fan for years. So it's I do think when you have a common enemy,
right?
That the need for justice and criminal iHeart, it needs to go.
Yeah.
Now the stations stay, but I don't want more entity owning all those stations, and it just bugs me. I have to have 2 free apps on my phone just to get all my local stations when I'm out of town.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so what movie are you guys doing tonight?
Tonight is, you remember the movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield?
Did you ever see that one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Are you gonna do NMPI when in September when CBS does the new Main MPI premiere? You go do a Main MPI Friday night when the new show premieres.
Oh, we're gonna time that. We're gonna try to do we're gonna salute the original, like what you suggested, right when that premieres. So we're gonna try to ride that wave, you know, from CBS and say, hey, we're saluting Magnum PI, you know, check us out. Yeah, we're gonna salute that because I love that. I love the original.
The original was a great show.
I love the original. You can't beat that original.
No, with Tom Selleck. See here, the big thing is I don't understand is like with all these reboots. They rebooted Hawaii Five-0 some years ago. Now do you hear the biggest thing on Roseanne too? They're going to reboot it as The Connors.
Yep, I saw that.
Yep.
I actually suggested that to. By the way, if you go back on my Twitter account, on the station's Twitter account, I actually suggested that the day after Roseanne got fired.
You did.
So you know what? And I actually said the name too.
You said it on SKO radio show.
Yeah, I predicted that shit. So I want some ABC better send me a royalty check because I came up with the idea.
Yeah.
That was my idea.
When I got a question.
Sure.
How much you want to bet? Don't try to be the How much you want to bet that's coming down the pipe?
You wouldn't be surprised. You know, I mean, they're trying to reboot everything.
Yeah, that's all they do anymore.
There is no original ideas anymore.
No.
They're gone. There is no. So they're gonna reboot the shit out of everything because they got no more ideas.
See, Trek smart. What they do is they will see what happens farther in the timeline or west to the prequel instead of making casters. The only time they reviewed it was J.J. Abrams. But, I know there's a rumor on the web that Patrick Stewart may do a series on the, you know how they got Star Trek Discovery that takes place right before Kirk's command of the Enterprise.
Right.
Well, Patrick Stewart wants to do
I saw that.
Star Trek show that takes place in his later years when he ambassador or admiral. He has to know more the politics of the Federation, and which will be interesting because I guess according instead of instead of like, you know, went to that alternate reality in the days. He didn't alter history, just went to like a parallel alternate time. So now go over the original timeline was altered. They got to deal with these Romulans that have a home. What happens to a group of people that no one that's been driven out of their home in real life? I mean, you get refugees and I think with the issues whether against immigration or which way side on immigration issue.
Right.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here, Jason. Go ahead. We're just kind of shifting around in the studio here.
Whether you side with Trump or against it, it is an issue in our time, and I think that's one thing they could deal with as well. These Romulans lost their planet. They don't have a home anymore.
Right.
And so they're going to like into Federation and migrating to different systems, and they could deal with, and I hope they will play instead of leaning front side or the west side, they play double advocate. You
Right.
know.
Oh, I know.
You know, it's like what we're gonna do. You know, have characters that that are more like Trump, and have characters that are more like the left. And what we're gonna do with these. And I think Patrick Stewart, if he's gonna be Admiral Ambassador after in the original timeline.
If Patrick Stewart if Patrick Stewart gets the Trump hair, I won't tune in.
No, it's over.
In the orange,
It's all done.
It's all done. I was like, that's it. I can't do it. I just feel like God. I
know his character. He is a conservative,
right?
But he's a rebel Catholic. But and then you got to take. There's the prime directive.
Right.
You know, we can't on serious though. You can't help everyone.
Right.
And well, do you want to know my some problem with the Queen Brown on the interstation? I said the only way the America's going to solve this problem, and our generation will probably see our kids with grandkids, and I don't have kids, but I have a niece and nephew, grandniece. But what's gonna happen, I believe that they're gonna offer Mexico.
Right.
And it would want to come a 51st or 51st state or split it into two states conditions we build on southern Mexico border to keep the people from Salvador that's coming up, which are the main problem because that's where the things are coming from. And I think the Mexicans would welcome by mid-20th century or late 20th would say, hey, here we have to leave our home. We get to pay in their Social Security. We get to pay in our taxes, and this and we got more. Let's build the oil line down there,
right?
So we can extract oil. And I told Margot, I said that was because then the Mexicans wouldn't want to come. They would want to build them on their southern border because they don't want the Central America to come up. And I think there's a lot of resources we could use out of Mexico. I don't know if there's oil down there or not, but
Right.
plus you would increase the military overnight. The moment they become a 51st state, or if they come split the 2 states, 52 states, their military, their navy, their force becomes part of the bus.
Right.
That would China, Iran,
China.
We could end up setting our empire out, firing a shot. We gotta do is tell Mexico.
Okay.
You want to come to America? We'll bring America to you.
Right.
You become a first state. You pay your federal taxes. You will have your state rights, and we would probably have to split it into 2 states because it's too big.
That's a big place.
It would make, but it would really send. Plus, from space, and closer a rocket is to the equator, easy to take off. You could put NASA could put a second spaceport and send Mexico, and we're even being closer to the equator with space at
the only problem is they're going to be too drunk on margaritas down there, and the tequila, to be launching, anything down there, because that's probably where they'll launch Space Force out of, like Mike was just saying there, because.
Yeah. So, but I guess with the extra, because they do it, birds as an animal from on what's the plan that you would have them, but as long as I see it, they play double advocate.
Right.
Way I stand, I don't mean to hurt their feelings, but we can't just have anyone coming over the border and, I mean, separate children I don't like, but from what I got, it's only separate. They get kids back after 20 days. That's what I was told. So it's not permanent, but they need to sit. Both sides need to hammer deal. But anyway, I'm just had to.
All right, Jason, we've got to get to break, okay, bud?
All right. Yeah, Jason, we're going to run the break. I got to get kind of a couple things reset in here because we just, like I said, just got back in here. So.
Apologize.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We just got to, I just got to get things reset. I had to step out of the studio for about an hour, take care of some personal business. So I just got to get kind of reset, restart, get a drink of water here. So.
And eat your dinner.
And eat my dinner. So, but all right, well, Jason. Again, always is pleasure having you on.
Man.
Always a pleasure having you on. So, but we're gonna run the break.
Well,
and
you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, keep up the good work.
Thanks, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, bye, Jason. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. SKO.
for Melon's dive, the triple Lindy.
Is that hard?
That's impossible.
That was great.
Oh, you were great. That was incredible. I guess there's nothing you can't do. I've got the results of your exams right here.
Do I want to hear him?
You passed all D's and an A.
Who gave me the A?
You are listening to the Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now. The number's 330-871-4422. Again, that's 330-871-4422. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. I'm your host who's missed half the show, and I do apologize. I've had to take
Literally half the show.
Literally half the show. I had to take care of some personal business. I'm not going to delve into that on the radio. It's none of anyone's public business, but... well, in the meantime, I'm just getting back into the studio, kind of getting back into the swing here. There's so much stuff I do still want to try to accomplish here. I wanted to plan to do tonight, and the first thing we're going to do is because...
Do your burger review.
Well, it's cold.
Well,
I'm not going to do a cold frickin' burger.
Cold burger?
And you muted my microphone.
No, I muted mine.
Microwave. Yeah, run this in the microwave while you're...
Hello?
15 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds in.
That's all your microwave takes to heat stuff up?
It's a... Well, I don't want to, like,
We
nuke
still
the
want,
thing.
like, you know...
I still want to be able to grab the thing. You know, it's still, like, semi-warm, but it's not, like, freezing cold. It just is what it is. But we are going to...
Semi-warm for mine is 2 to 3 minutes.
No. 2 to 3 minutes. Shit. But no, one thing I'm going to do...
Mine is old. It's like 15 years old.
I'm going to plop Facebook Live on here real quick because I want to do this beer review that I've been wanting to so bad, but now I really want to.
Right?
I got a good
boy,
reason.
Kind of night, huh?
John, I'll fill you in later off the air. But
all right.
Yeah. It's a little bit what we talked about, you know, the other stuff. But anyway, I'm going to plop this video on real quick.
Well, hey, real quick, my wife says hi. She's listening in right now.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Mrs. Haig.
Hey, you said my name right.
Dub can't even.
That's
She still
awesome.
can't get it
Heard it
right.
enough.
She's still calling you
Otherwise,
hey.
I would have called her hi.
Hey now.
Hi.
Hey now.
Hey now. All right, there we go. Ah, crap. Which way are we going with this? It's saying it's live this way. Which way is it live? Oh, it's live that way. All right. Well, apparently we're doing live on this angle. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna. Yeah. Well, fuck.
More technology.
Oh boy.
Damn blessed technology. Okay. I'm gonna lean this against
Gotta
the.
love it.
There's my
it's
best
live
side.
on landscape mode, not on
It's live
portrait
in
mode.
Yeah, it's live in landscape. But that's okay. All right. We are doing the beer review. Now, Knight's Beer, I've reviewed one of these products before. This is a brewery right down the road here from us here at SKO Radio. This is from the R-Shape Brewing Company here in Akron, literally right down the road. And I picked up something tonight. It's called Key Lime Pie Blonde, and it's a 5% alcohol by volume. Would you like to try it?
I would love to try it.
All right. Tony, would you like to take a sip of this, too?
Yeah, I'll try a little bit of it.
Let's see. She wants that for that. Let's pour some cups here, because thank God we got cups. All right, praise the good Lord for cups.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can open
Red Solo cup.
No, we got the cheap shit tonight.
Styrofoam.
But I got the nice glass. All right. I did crack open the beer. Let's give it the first pour here. It is kind of greenish.
It does have a little bit of
a green hue to it. I spilled a bunch of it on the damn. How much is this you guys want?
Give me a half cup.
Amount.
Half cup?
Yeah.
Half cup or?
I'll take a half cup.
Okay. Half cup for you. And there's still a lot of this left, so if you guys like it, you can have more. All right.
My first beer review.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a sip, and we're gonna score it between 1 to 10. Decimal points are allowed because, amateurs give flat round number scores.
Right.
So we're gonna give this. This is the Key Lime Pie Blonde from R-Shape Brewing Company. Here we go.
Let's see.
Smells good. It smells like key lime.
It actually does.
It does. Ooh. First sip. Interesting.
That's different.
It's interesting. I don't know if it's good or bad interesting. I mean, you can taste you can taste the meringue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big time.
I'm not getting a lot of hints of lime though.
No, I get a little bit. I mean, if you gotta take a good sip of it to get it.
Yeah, which I did. Mm-hmm. And it was like the peanut butter and banana one.
That was very strong, but I mean, this is subtle. That's why
the lime is very subtle.
It's but I do taste the meringue more than anything. I mean, it's interesting because I don't dislike this.
I don't dislike it, but I couldn't drink.
I wouldn't want to this wouldn't be my first beer where I would go, hey, I want that.
No.
I mean, if I never had it like I'm doing right now and just trying it, I want that. But if like now having this, I might have it one more time, but it wouldn't be one of those, oh, I got to have that beer.
No.
But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of that half and half mix.
Yeah.
I mean, I taste the meringue. I taste meringue a lot in that.
Yeah.
A lot of meringue. Let's start around the table. Tony, what would you score it?
5.9.
5.9. Okay. Reasonable score. I think you're right around the ballpark where I'm at.
I'm going to say a 5.5.
5.5. I'm going to say 5.7. I think we're all in the ballpark. I mean, I'm right in the middle between you guys. So 5.9, 5.5, 5.7. So again, not awful, but not one of those where it's like, oh my God, I got to have this again.
No.
I mean, it's a little one of those little. It's a gimmick beer.
Yeah,
that's exactly what
it is.
This is a gimmick beer.
Yeah, because I'm not.
You could really smell it. I mean, the smell. I mean, it smells like a key lime pie.
Yeah.
I mean,
it smells amazing.
It smells amazing. I mean, it doesn't taste bad, but I think for me on these flavored beers, you need a little bit more of that flavor.
Yeah.
To cancel out the if you're gonna flavor a beer, you got to have that flavor kind of take over a little bit more than just being, especially with beer. Like we had that Elvis beer down there.
Yeah.
That was peanut butter and banana. You tasted that like through and through, and it was like, oh my God, this is the best shit in the world.
Right.
This, I think, not enough key lime flavor.
No.
I mean, it's there. The smell, it's definitely there.
They did a good job.
They did a great job with it. Not one of my favorites from over there. I mean, they do have some good brews down the road. I mean, they're right down here. Free plug for them, but
Right.
you know, good people down there too, and they do have some, and they're reasonably priced. I mean, I only paid like, I don't know, $6 for that.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, and they can them right there. They can them right on site. You know, if anything on draft you want a can, they'll can it for you right there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
fantastic.
cool. Oh yeah, John, when you come up, I'm gonna take you down there. But
Well, I will be up next weekend.
oh, definitely. But yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I don't, like I said, not a dislike, not a love. You know, not bad. I mean, I would probably try it one more time, maybe a different batch, and see.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'd probably because this is like 3 days canned. I'd like to try it fresh from draft and see how it would taste.
That might be different.
You know, and you know, because you get that metallic. That's one thing I hate canned beer. I've never been a fan of canned beer.
You do. You get the metallic.
You get that,
taste.
and you get a little bit of that in this flavor. I mean, because this has been canned. They canned the date 6/19. That's what the day they canned it. So. Yeah, we're in the 22nd already. So, I mean, it's been 3 days in the can.
Yeah.
So, you know, still considered fresh, but
This is not a beer that you buy and drink on a regular basis. This is
No.
a beer that you buy and tell your friends, hey, you got to try
you got
this.
to try this one because this is good. You know, this is interesting, you know. And it's one of those, you buy one of these cans and, like, we're kind of all sharing
Yeah.
it. And it's like, hey, this is not bad. Well, I mean, I'll probably drink the whole can, you know.
Well, yeah, of course. It's
Here.
here.
It's beer. It's here. It's here. If you want more, help yourself. But it's good. I mean, but it's just not one of those. Oh my God, this is the best shit ever. I mean, but I like it. I like it. It is very flavorful, and hey, we got some watchers on Facebook Live, and say hello to everybody that's watching.
Hey, everybody.
Victoria. Hey, Dale. Just saw you a few minutes ago. Derek's on here watching us. Just wanted to say hello to those folks on Facebook Live. But, you know, I just wanted to give this a try because, well, you know, and like I said, what I'm really impressed is how good it smells.
Oh, I know.
It smells just like a key lime pie.
It smells like you're walking into a bakery.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, not bad. Not the highest scored beer we've ever done. Not the lowest either.
That was Luffy.
That was Luffy, yeah. When did we get that? Like a 2 point something or a 1 point?
I don't even think it broke 2 with me.
I don't think so either. Luffy.
It made Milwaukee's Best look like champagne.
Yeah. If you ever see Luffy in the store, run the other fucking direction. That shit is disgusting. I'd rather drink my own piss.
Yeah.
It's bad.
That's the Belgian beer, right?
Yes. Luffy it's Belgian and it is not good.
Yeah, they need to stick to waffles, not beer.
Yeah, that beer is just. I mean, it was the worst tasting thing I've ever drank in all my years of drinking. I mean, not good.
Well, I'll tell
not
you
good
what
at
we
all.
have to try to find, and, you know, I'm fairly new here, so maybe this has come up before,
Mhm.
but the helium beer.
Helium beers are interesting.
Have you had one?
I've never had them. I've heard of them. I've heard people say they've had them. They like them. No, I've drank the nitrogen fused beer, the nitro infused. Now those are as smooth as you can possibly ever get. A nitrogen infused beer, like the Guinness Nitro and shit. Okay. That shit is good.
Is it?
It's very light. What it is you don't get full, you know, like you get bloated on regular beer, like carbonation. This stuff, I mean, it foams up, but not the same as how regular CO2 is.
Right.
It's got the carbonation, but it's like a smoother carbonation. The best, I can't really have a way to describe it. And you don't get that like belchy sensation if you sit there and drink a couple of them. You know, it just goes down.
Just goes down good.
And it's smooth. It's easy to drink. It doesn't affect the flavor any, and it's got just enough fizz to it where it's not like bubbly. It's a smooth fizz. I mean, it just goes down easy. It's the best way I can describe it to you. But yeah.
Have you ever had a sour beer?
We had a sour beer a few weeks ago on this show, and I did not particularly enjoy it. That was one of the other lower scored beers. I think I gave that in around the 4 range because it was so sour. It was called Pucker beer. That's what
Pucker beer. Yeah.
Oh, it was awful. And I mean, it came in like a 40-ounce bottle, and it was like about $7. I literally took 3 sips of it, and I'm like, no, I can't do no more. It's just not good. Just not good at all. Oh, okay. Deb's like her what? Deb got more action going on. What's going on now? You gonna tell me off the air? Okay.
You doing jumping up and down?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I got to do the burger review.
You already opened the beer. What the fuck?
It's, yeah.
You got to give it a shot, Deb.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know how long you were going to be. You ran
away.
You ran away. You were on the phone. Shit. You could have been gone another half an hour for all we fucking knew. Jesus.
Women and phones. You never know.
She's going to be gone another hour. You couldn't wait for me? Fuck no. I got shit to do. Playing with kids here? Come on. What the fuck?
You want to wear this?
Hey, I'll tell you what, Earl. I got one for you.
Yeah.
Well, they got this beer called Totalitarian.
Yeah.
It's a Russian Imperial IPA.
Oh, yeah?
Russian
it's
beer.
Over 11%.
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to do this separate as a stand. You want to do this as a separate video? Can you do it? Well, I don't want to do this as a Facebook Live video. I want to do the burger review as separate so I can put that into the
archives.
I can, so. Well, it smells like key lime, but it doesn't taste like key lime.
No.
Deb, you're going to review your pop? It is pop.
What's your rating on the beer, Deb?
Honestly?
No, lie to us.
No, lie. Talking to the microphone. Jesus, you all these years you've been in radio, you still know how to fucking talk in a microphone.
Well, based on the smell alone, it smells like ass.
Wow, love you. What? You don't even know how we rated it. What was your score?
I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done.
I would have to give that a 2.
That's an amateur score.
Yeah.
No.
That's a very amateur score.
Because even the taste,
A solid 2 is an amateur score.
it's literally.
It's an amateur score.
I'd give it worse, but
We professionally scored it. Okay, you
failed the test.
Failed the scoring test.
no, I would give it a flat 2.
Okay, review your damn pop.
I'm not doing a pop. Let's do your burger review.
All
I
right.
heated it up.
Oh, I got to do this thing with a video, separate video, because I don't do it as a Facebook Live. I got to do it as a standalone video that's going to go into our. So I'm going to actually. So as you're listening right now, you're going to think I'm weird for introducing myself again, but it's just is what it is. Okay, here we go. She's going to start the video. Live Video Productions. All right, everybody, how's it going? Earl McCune here with SKO Radio Network and the SKO Burger Review. Tonight's burger, we're doing one. Now, I usually do it at the location, but it's poured rain today, and we got BurgerFi delivered in, and this is one of my burgers I have enjoyed in the past. It's called the Breakfast All Day Burger. BAD. Now it's got bacon and maple syrup, cheese, and it's got a hash brown on it and bacon again, and it's got this it's got ketchup on it and stuff. But
Look at Mike's face.
It's actually
I want one.
It's really a good burger, and I mean I've had this burger. I mean this is gonna be basically just me eating it.
Never had it heated up.
I've never had it. This burger has actually been sitting here for like 3 hours, so I gotta take in the consideration for the score. So I'm gonna take a bite. I'm gonna shut up and eat it and review it. Well, it's not as good heated up, but it's still damn good.
It looks amazing.
It's still really tasty. It's very juicy because I like a burger juicy.
Right.
Good flavor. You taste the bacon. You taste the maple syrup. The egg is what's really important, and the hash brown on it is killer. By the way, really good burger. You see that egg yolk, I mean, that's just running out. I love that.
Oh,
that's like sexy.
So I couldn't imagine a hash brown on a burger, though.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
You've never put French fries or chips on a burger?
Shut up. What's my score? This burger, one of my favorites ever, 9.3, hands down. Even though it's heated up, it's still just as good. I mean, I'm even taking into account that it's been sitting, but you know what? It didn't lose anything. I mean, it's just not as hot, but it didn't lose any flavor. It's not mushy. It's not dried out. It doesn't have that, oh my God, taste. This burger, I mean, I've had these things like fresh off the grill. It didn't lose anything. This is a great burger. It holds up so well because it sat for so long and it still tastes just as freaking good. So 9.3, best burger I've had in a review so far. That's the review.
Wow. Best burger so far.
Best burger so far. Love it. I love this burger. And it's all... And it's like cooked, and it's like perfectly cooked.
Well, they do a good job there.
Yeah.
I will say that. They do a really good job.
You know, and it's funny, like I said, no bullshit, guys. It didn't lose anything. And it's been sitting here for a few hours.
Yeah.
It didn't lose any flavor. It didn't lose, like, you microwave something and it's like, oh, it just sucks. No, it didn't lose a thing. I mean, it's still just as good. All right, Deb, what do you got there?
What are we reviewing now?
I'm making fun of Earl.
What is it?
Oh, wait, we got to get this on Facebook Live now.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, here.
I got another cup for you.
Yeah, give me another cup, because that and key lime would be bad.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Hold on a minute. I got to get the Facebook Live rolling again. We're just going impromptu here right now, guys. We're just having a good time.
That's
what the show's all about.
That's what this there.
I have Virgil's.
Virgins?
No, Virgil's.
Yeah, virgins.
Dr. Better. It's a
Talk into the fucking microphone.
Fuck off.
Oh, I might later.
It's Virgil's Dr. Better.
Dr. Better.
And it's a micro brewed, all natural, with a Dr. Better so pure, so rich and creamy, you'll swear it's made in heaven.
So rich and creamy. Let's find out. Deb?
It smells like cheap-ass Dr. Pepper.
Hold on.
It does smell like cheap-ass Dr.
Like
Pepper.
Dr. Thunder or
You know what it
something.
smells like? It smells like Dr. Pepper and Cheerwine mixed together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yes.
All right.
That's what it
Nice
smells like to
color.
me. Nice color.
Nice color. Listen
What
to
the?
you.
Listen to you. You sound like
The
that.
hell?
What is this? This isn't a beer review. Jesus, you're drinking a freaking soda. All right.
It does kind of smell like Dr. Pepper.
See, I had a
With
Cheerwine
it
in North
smells like
Carolina. I didn't care
chocolate.
for it.
It almost smells chocolatey.
You know what? To me, it smells just like it tastes.
Yeah.
It smells like a knockoff Dr. Pepper with Cheerwine mixed in.
Little bit of cough syrup.
Yeah. It's a knockoff.
Look at you trying to be all professional.
She's trying to copy me.
I gotta make fun of Earl.
She's parodying me.
But no, seriously?
Like a freaking sommelier. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper sommelier.
Wait a minute, you got to put the bottle on your arm with the towel and shit. Like,
Yeah.
This is a nice vintage.
It's got sugary notes and cherry.
No, it does taste like a Dr. Pepper, but to me, I can taste chocolate, and there is chocolate.
No.
There is chocolate in it.
Oh my God, you're a pop snob.
Tastes like a cheap ass knockoff.
I would have to give this, out of what I've had before, I would say about a 6.5.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even go that high.
I might go
You really
0.65.
don't look like you're enjoying that.
Yeah. It doesn't look like you're really enjoying it, and
It's
it doesn't
actually
count.
good.
And people, and like Elaine saying, it doesn't count if it doesn't have alcohol in it.
Not allowed to have
Right.
alcohol.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, my score, I'm gonna go 3.5. That's it. Mike?
3.2.
Yeah. It's
You
not
both
good.
can suck it.
It's not good.
Number one, I'm a Dr. Pepper fan.
I am too.
I love Dr.
And
Pepper.
that's not Dr. Pepper.
This
You
is-
do realize I'm
This
making
is
fun
like
of Earl.
this is
I do.
is like Dr. Pecker. I mean,
Right?
you know, this is what it tastes like.
Well, I almost grabbed a Moxie.
This
Oh, look, she did the Brooklyn salute.
is
Oh,
like
I grew up on Moxie.
this is
I
Dr.
love it.
This tastes like Dr. Pecker. That's the best way I can describe it to you. It's not good.
Well, it definitely ain't better.
Now, how much would you pay for that shit?
$1.19.
I can see why.
Right.
Belch factor account. No, that's not fizzy enough. Except
Excuse me.
Deb can belch if she breathes, okay? But it's not enough carbonation.
Hey, at
to
least
it.
I don't have
No,
the
there's
hot.
absolutely not.
It's
At least
not
I don't
at
have
all.
the hiccups.
That beer had more carbonation in
Yeah.
it than this shit. This shit's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, now I'm tasting more. Tastes like
Yeah,
cough
see?
syrup.
See, now you can't change your score either. And you went with a 6.5.
Being a smart ass.
No, your reviews. You don't know how to review shit. That's your problem. You got
hints of chocolate.
Bullshit. It's got hints of chocolate and Vicks 44.
44D or 44M?
44 double D, buddy.
With
Hey now.
With a little bit of tussin.
Yeah. Let's get some tussin in there. Hey, next week, let's review some cough syrup. Let's do that. Let's review some cough syrup. Who's calling in?
And we are adding Adam.
Airwolf Adam.
Airwolf Adam. Hey now. Oh my.
Oh my.
Wait, you missed the beer review, the burger review, and the Deb's Pop review, which it's a knockoff of Dr. Pepper that tastes like Dr. Pepper and Vicks 44 mixed together.
I've drank better NyQuil.
Yeah, no shit, me too.
Yeah.
So how's it going there, Adam?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Oh,
yeah, just
I've missed half the show tonight because I've had to go take care of some shit, but that's okay. I had the backups were here and they handled themselves admirably. Tony and Mike.
Well, we didn't hear the show, so we don't know what they did.
Well, we know they handled the building didn't burn down, so we're fine.
Burnt
and we're still on the air, so we're good.
Yeah.
So that's all
Well,
good.
that's because Mike wasn't running the board.
What are you trying to say? Well, he is. You
learn
back
over
to your
time.
chocolate freaking
chocolate cupcake.
Well, he hasn't
Horse
ran the
shit.
board, so he'd probably take us off the air.
Ben's done that.
Yeah.
Ben did that after a couple of days.
It was kind of funny when Ben did it.
Where is Ben tonight?
Bent over Ben decided to give us the shaft.
It's 2 inches. All 2-inch shaft. You want to give us his 2 inches? No, Ben just.
So nobody would have felt it?
No one would have felt a thing.
No.
Nobody would have seen it coming.
It's in my eye! God damn it! It's in my eye! Okay, never mind. All right. I feel better now.
You could barely bury it in somebody's navel.
He would try. He would try
That
to.
just reminds me of a blonde joke.
He would try to stuff it in an Audi.
Some kind of radio show. You're live on the air. Who do we have tonight?
Good evening, darling.
Dr. Doug.
Dr. Dingaling.
Dr. Dingaling. You were
Hi,
talking.
sweetie.
Oh, listen.
Are you feeling better?
No.
I hope you feel.
She feels squishy.
That's great.
She was drinking Dr. She was drinking.
Flatter than a pair of titties and a.
She was drinking Dr. Better.
Yeah.
I think it was Dr. Worse.
Yeah, it didn't make her better.
No. Didn't help me
I was
either.
watching live on the feed here.
That's why
Now, I
Dr.
said
Dingaling
that-
called in.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. The drink looks flatter than a pair of titties and a poor strip club.
Wow. Where's the Dingaling bell when we need one? We gotta buy bells.
We have bells. I just got to bring them
It's
here.
probably the reception desk.
We need some
Oh,
bells.
and I found the Neapolitan M&Ms. I will bring them in next week.
Those things taste like the last shit I took, by the way. Those things are disgusting.
Didn't say we had to eat them.
No, I'm not eating them damn things. Those things are gross as fuck. Neapolitan, they don't even taste like, they taste like ass.
Hey, I had something today that would be Dr. Doug approved. I had a Neapolitan Frappuccino.
I got
that would not
Neapolitan.
be approved.
I got Neapolitan ice cream in the freezer.
Chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
Mike's like, what the hell?
They did two in the pink and one in the stink.
Dr. Dougie, you've got to explain the Neapolitan joke. Because we got a new guy in the studio.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I forgot how we
This
got
goes
that.
back to the old. This goes back to the old show.
Yeah.
This joke.
Yeah, well, I remember that.
Dr. Dougie forgot, Tony.
Yeah. Well, if you ever look at a carton of Neapolitan ice cream,
The way it's
pink, white, and brown. Two in the pink, one in the stink.
In Deb's case, it looks like.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
they do. You see, it's like two in the stink, and that's all.
And the rest is history from that, isn't it?
Well, when you got cottage cheese coming out of the pink, it's not a good thing.
Jesus.
That's.
No.
I didn't they put cottage cheese in ice cream.
It's all dairy products.
Yeah, that's true. We need to take a break. Yeah. Doug, hold the line, please. Hold the line. We're gonna take a quick break.
All right, we'll be back on some kind of radio show, maybe.
Everyone, hold on the line.
Oh God.
So how are you, sir?
I think I need to go to the gym after this.
We're taking the Battle of the Bands seriously this year.
Good, because I need the money.
You're out.
You know what? I'm going to form my own band, and we are going to start a revolution. Come on, man. One show, $20,000 prize. I mean, don't you miss rocking out?
Maybe it's time to give up those dreams. I did, and things are going really great for me.
Temping.
I'm not a temp, I'm a sub, and soon I'll be a certified teacher.
Is this Mr. Schneebly? I'm the principal here at Horace Green Prep, and we need somebody to start immediately.
So how much are we talking here?
$6.50 a week.
Hello, this is Ned Schneebly.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce Mr. Schneebly.
All right, look, I've got a hangover. Who knows what that means?
Doesn't that mean you're drunk?
No, it means I was drunk yesterday. I heard you in music class. You guys can really play. Why didn't anyone tell me? I think it's time we started our new class project. Rock band.
Can we tell our parents?
No! Lead guitar, Zack Attack. On bass, Posh Spice. Keyboards, Mr. Cool. Drums, Spazzy McGee. You three, groupies. So who do you like?
Christina Aguilera.
No.
Puff Daddy.
Wrong.
Liza Minnelli.
Oh, what are they teaching this place?
We have a red alert, Mullins.
To your positions! E equals MC squared. Oh.
If from now on you could just stick to the curriculum.
Is she always like that?
Except for the time she got drunk.
She did a Stevie Nicks impersonation. I love this song, Stevie Nicks.
You know what? I would love to take the kids to a concert, but you guys have a policy about field trips.
Maybe we can make an exception.
Yes! Ooh, baby, ooh, ooh.
Paramount Pictures presents.
I don't think I can sing. They're gonna laugh at me.
You've got something everybody wants. You've got talent.
The story of a man who gave a class the power to break the rules.
Who are they? They're my band. I know they're kids, but they're awesome. Just listen.
And the inspiration.
I pledge allegiance to the band.
To rock. Jack Black. The School of Rock.
I can sing.
All right, Summer, belt it.
Memory all alone in the moonlight.
Stop. Okay, good. All right.
You are listening to the Some Kind of Radio Show here on the SKO Radio Network. Call now. The number's 330-871-4422. Again, that's 330-871-4422. Now here's Earl McCune and the Crazy Crew.
And we are back to Some Kind of Radio Show, and we have a weird person on the phone.
You hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Are you with Hilljack?
As far as you know. Hey, do me a favor.
What?
Mute that output real quick.
I did. Yes, dear. So, Mike, tell us about what happened to you today. I heard you had a good adventure.
I had a great morning.
Okay, goodbye, Earl.
Outputs are fixed.
Goodbye,
Tell
Earl.
everybody to call back. It was because I had to fix the output.
All right, Ellie and John, call back. We had to fix the output.
Adam, send Adam a text.
And Adam, Airwolf Adam, call back. All right, Mike.
All right, so I took my dog for a walk. Now, bear in mind, I've got a full-bred German Shepherd.
He's adorable.
He is really adorable.
He looks like a big old teddy bear.
But took my dog for a walk at the park, and a homeless man decided to come out of the woods and try to mug me while I'm walking my German Shepherd. And what made it more comical than anything else is, number one, I don't think the guy thought this through at all. Number one, he came at a guy with a dog. Number two, I'm not the most imposing man, but I'm definitely not somebody that screams target.
Right. Welcome back, Adam.
Thanks, Adam. And So he just came running at me out of the woods, screaming, "Give me your wallet!" And when he got close enough, I just punched him. And the best part is when he hit the ground, he started screaming, "I'm sorry," and took off back into the woods. So I literally stood there for about a minute and a half, and all I could think is, did this really just fucking happen?
What did Radar do?
At first, he kind of freaked out because the guy came out of nowhere and startled him. But then he got pissed and tried to go after the guy, which was actually pretty funny in and of itself.
Well, the thing is, you wouldn't have been in trouble. He was defending his owner.
Yeah. But it was just one of those unbelievable things. Like
you had to be there to see it.
You had to be there to see it.
Wow.
So that was my morning.
And then you said you had to go down and fill out a witness statement.
Yeah, I had to actually fill out a witness statement with the Rangers, and they all got a good laugh out of it too. So
hopefully they find this guy.
I hope so. I mean, I probably would have blown the whole thing off, but, you know, there's women running there. There was old guys walking there. It's like, if this guy's dumb enough to come after me, who knows what he's
especially when
do.
you got a dog. Exactly.
But it was just more comical than anything else.
Right. Yeah, we got Adam back, Airwolf Adam back on. We got Dr. Dingling, and we got Twisted Shitzel back on. Am I correct? Well, no. When we were on break, we could hear you guys talking over the air, and it was due to the inputs got switched again. Well, yeah, it wouldn't be scores without technical difficulties. When have we not had any issues? You did. You're the one always bringing it.
The weeks we're not off the air. Or on the air. That's when we don't have
Yeah, the only time we don't have technical difficulties are the weeks we're not on the air. Ew, and you're drinking more of that shit?
It's beer.
It's beer.
We got a whole fridge.
It's alcohol.
We got some really good shandies in the...
I know, but we can't let it go to waste.
It's a sin. Yeah.
It smelled like
It's our
pop.
friend Al. It's our friend Al.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Everyone call back yet?
Yeah, they're on the only one that didn't call back was Ellie.
Oh. Ellie, call back.
Ellie's probably like, no, they're too weird for my liking.
Ellie, call back.
But no, we got Airwolf Adam, Twisted Shitzel, and we got Dr. Dingling on the phone.
Dr. Dingling.
That's your new name, Dr. Dougie. You're Dr. Dingling. You've been out cashing and prizing.
Sweet. So we need, Deb, more shirts.
More shirts.
Come on, Deb.
SKO radio shirts.
Yeah, not the show shirts, station shirts. So get off your high horse and write a fucking check. Let's go, Deb. Chop, chop.
We need staff shirts.
I'm just messing with her. Look at her face. It's like, what the?
Deb's going to kill us all.
She's going to kill me. Just me, yeah. Hey, don't be aiming that knife at me. Lab coats. Are you guys going to be amateur gynecologists?
I already am.
Okay, I'm sorry. Amateur proctologist. I'm sorry, Doug. Uh-huh. Anyway.
They look for...
You got to turn that up. You got to turn that pot up.
It's all the way up.
All right, move out of the fucking seat. No, because you got the Skype muted.
No, I didn't.
Skype muted.
Yeah. Whoops.
I just want to go on the record and say Debbie is a dumb fucking idiot. It doesn't know how to look at a fucking board and say, hey, unmute. So everyone was talking and no one was hearing shit because I said, Deb, are you unmuted? Yeah. And what does the yellow amber light mean?
Mute.
Mute. What does it mean when it's off?
Fuck off.
Oh, and this is how Earl died.
Deb, this is why I wanted to run the board, not you.
You're the one that keeps coming over here fucking with everything.
Well, I fixed it, did I not? Ellie says she can't get no one's answering.
She's not calling.
Well, I hope so. Well, you got so many goddamn screens up, Deb.
That's the first time.
There you go.
That's the first time it's popped up.
Hire the handicap. They're fun to watch.
I'm going to go Jana Bob it on your ass, and they ain't going to be able to sew it back.
Meaning Deb, because she's got the limp. Deb's got a limp. You do. You got a limp. I'm just picking on you, Deb. Jeez. Calm down.
Put the knife
It's called
down.
a joke. Put the knife down. Breathe in through the nose, out through the... Ellie, Debbie's pointing the knife at me.
Then move out of her way. You can't stop her.
Well, here's the thing. She was like Dr. Doug was telling a nice story about why he's got lab coats, and thank God that Mike's wife let us know that we can't hear the callers because Debbie forgot to unmute everybody. And I said, Deb, you got the...
I got hung up on completely.
Well, I had to fix an output.
Well, we hung up on all of us.
We had to fix an output.
Like I said, I am just so glad you guys didn't ban me like Facebook did.
Yeah.
Why would we ever ban you?
I would never ban you from here, ever.
I don't know. I'm just happy.
I would never ban you from here, ever.
She's our Brooklyn sweetie.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But then again, I didn't go off like I did.
Yeah, but you had every right to because...
didn't open too much.
You had every right to go off.
Like me and you said it.
You had every right to go off.
If that would have been me, my parents would have buried me back out in the backyard underneath the tree stump.
I asked my mother what she would do. She picked up her cane.
Mm-hmm.
I was right. My mother would hit me with a cane if I did that crap.
Oh, yeah. I know mine would have, and I know your mom and grandma definitely would have.
It would have shoved a baseball bat with nails straight up my ass crack.
And I didn't curse.
Talk about a lobotomy.
I curse all the time, but I didn't curse.
That's a colotomy. I don't know.
More like a laughing.
Anyway, this show has been one of them crazy shows tonight.
This is for a half hour we talked about food.
Yeah, I know. And here's the thing. I had to leave, take care of some personal business.
Put out some fires.
Well, no, I didn't put out no fires.
He created the fires.
I pretty much I threw gasoline on that son of a bitch. That's what I did.
Let it go up in flames.
And I let it burn. Burn, baby, burn.
And we're still feeling the effects of it.
Now, was it a Disco Inferno?
No.
Oh, not quite.
Quite.
It's slowly becoming a backdraft.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Or a towering Inferno.
Nope, a backdraft.
Backdraft. It could have been a towering inferno. Yeah. I mean, I burned that bitch. I was like, you just say you don't burn bridges. No, I torched that motherfucker, and I
kept on going.
That's how pissed I got.
Yeah, you got to light the way for the next move.
That's it. I can see just fine. I can see clearly now. I feel like such a weight. I feel like such a weight has been lifted off my shoulders right now. I really do. I really feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Well, good. Maybe you'll be in a better mood.
I will be. I'll be in a great mood tonight. What are you
going to do with the day off tomorrow? Yeah, you haven't had a Saturday off in how long?
Oh, God. Well, I don't know. I gotta make some phone calls tomorrow and make sure I can go do some stuff on Monday or Tuesday. Which I should be able to. I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah.
Because, I got a day off tomorrow. Self-imposed.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming since Tuesday.
Yeah.
We all knew this one was coming.
Oh, I burned that hole. Pissed me off.
You know, as they say, when one door shuts, another one opens, more like we slammed that motherfucker.
I slammed that sucker shut and ran the other way.
Slammed it and nailed it.
No, there was no nail. I just slammed that fucker and burned it. Fuck.
Is that just like downing, half a gallon of Neapolitan ice cream when you just don't care? You're going to get a brain freeze from hell?
I didn't give a shit. That's like when you chug a bottle of vodka and don't give a flying fuck what you're doing. I didn't care. No, it's fine. It's all good.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do right for yourself, and that's all there is to it.
Yep.
No matter if you're not happy in a situation, and you sit there and continue to let it just eat you up, you gotta move on to a better situation. But
it's no way to live.
It's no way to live. I mean, there's no amount of money worth the shit I was putting up with. Let's all just say that, and I'm not gonna get any further than that. But there is no amount of money worth what I was putting up with, and I'll move on to greener pastures.
Yep, absolutely.
Hopefully.
No. What do you mean, hopefully? Wow, you know what? Deb,
Yeah, listen to you.
wait a minute. Come on.
Downer.
You know how to really... I'm trying to look at the thing as glass half full, and you're looking at it as glass half fucking empty
I
already.
said that with a smile.
Debbie fucking Downer over here.
I said it with a fucking smile.
No, don't smile. No one wants to see that.
Next time it's going to be this.
Next time it's going to be that. Okay. Thanks, Deb. But no, it's all good. No, it's just sometimes you hit a boiling point in your life, and you just go, that's it. I'm mad as hell, and I can't take it no more.
Can't do it anymore.
Can't do it no more. And
The sister song about that once.
yeah, exactly. So it's unfortunate I had to go deal with it during my show, and I had to leave, and I thank you guys for stepping in and taking care of business here for a little bit while Wynn handled mine.
Hey, we took care of something. We don't know what it was, but we took care of it.
We stayed on the air. That's the important thing. That's all that matters. Hey, I already had a song picked out I want to play.
Which one?
Thanks, Ellie.
It's still right there.
Yeah, I want to play that right when we get off the air.
That's fine.
That's a fitting song for tonight for me.
Highway to Hell?
No. This one's even better. This is a fitting song for me. This is a good song.
Johnny Paycheck, take this jab and shove it.
No, I didn't do that.
We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
No. I'm just gonna say this: Ozzy Osbourne.
All right.
Yeah, a little newer Ozzy Osbourne.
I got you.
Okay. But it's
Mama.
No. A little bit more.
He said newer.
Newer.
Yeah.
Very newer.
Very newer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like within the last 10 years, newer.
Yes, I didn't know you released
Years.
anything.
I don't want to stop.
Yep. Ellie got it right off the bat.
I'm running the other way, and I don't want to stop. Damn it! That's it. No, it's all good. That's a good tune. Now we're gonna.
Thank you WWE for that song.
We're gonna. That's what we're gonna play the show out with tonight. We're gonna end the show with that. And
who just snorted?
I don't want to stop doing what I'm doing for myself, and I'm not gonna continue to do it for other people. How's that? To an extent. I do it for other people. Hey, baby.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, my.
We're all doing that now.
Oh, my.
All right, we got to hear you say it, Mike.
No.
Come on, chicken.
No, the best one to do it, period's Adam. Adam does it better than anybody. Adam, we gotta create a clip for that. We can put a hot button on there with you doing "Oh my."
Oh, I still think we got to get Ben to mouth it and George Takei to say it.
Oh yeah, that would be great. That would be great. We could do that. If Ben would ever show up one night, we'd do it.
Speaking of Ben, where is he?
He took Monday off.
I mean, I'm not trying to be nosy.
No, he didn't do a show Monday, and then today, about half hour before the show started, he gave us the shaft.
Yeah.
He's out delivering Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah.
With a side of orange.
In all seriousness, Monday Ben wasn't feeling real good.
And tonight we don't know why.
Tonight I don't know. He just said he couldn't make it tonight, so. I don't know. I hope he's okay. Yeah, that's all.
And just for anybody, since it's coming up in a couple weeks, I will not have a show on the 4th of July.
Well, I hope not.
Wednesday's the 4th.
Yeah, we'll play Patreon.
Isn't the 4th of July like a boozing holiday?
Well, yeah.
Not for me.
No, it's not for
Well,
me.
yeah.
For me, it is.
I don't
When
get to
isn't a national holiday?
Aren't you going to be getting loaded and eating barbecue and all that other stuff rather than doing a show?
No.
No, we don't require our guys to do shows on the holidays.
No, see, the last time I usually get to watch fireworks the Saturday before the 4th.
Yeah.
Because I usually go to the Heritage Fest.
Yeah.
But like this year, I'm going to a wedding.
Right.
And Lou will go to the Heritage Fest.
Right.
If we get out in time enough for the wedding, we may still go down there and watch them.
All right.
But about the only last time I had a good time on the 4th, it fell on a Friday.
What was her name?
Oh, I don't remember.
She was.
That's why it was a good time.
Around my neighborhood, it's like, you get better watch people setting them off around my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
It's way better than watching them set off like downtown.
No, I'd rather watch the fun ones, the neighbors and shit put up, because that's more fun.
Well,
here's the thing.
We always go out to Ellett area.
Yeah, because I got a buddy of mine who lives over in Ellett in Springfield, and the whole neighborhood lights that shit off. You know? It's like, it's just fun watching that. But it's funny. You go to these fireworks shows, Tony, and it's the same fucking shit every year. I've been looking at fireworks for 40 fucking years, and they haven't changed.
They haven't changed, not one bit.
Well, if you want to hear a funny story, the first summer I was in my house was 2006.
Yeah.
And so I sat out, knowing what how my neighbors were.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat out on my front steps. I had an empty Jack Daniels bottle I filled with iced tea.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I had a Colt 45 revolver, and I sat out in front and cleaned my gun and was sitting there chugging iced tea out of this Jack Daniels bottle.
Right.
Well, one of my neighbors was just concerned, thinking I'm sitting here, I'm getting loaded and playing around with my gun, so I called the cops. So the cops walk up. I'm sitting on my private property on my steps.
Yeah.
Not sidewalk, not nothing. Well, I told the cop, I'm like, well, take a whiff of what's in my bottle. He's like, well, it doesn't smell like whiskey. I said, no, it's iced tea. And I was just like, I figured I'd give him a good scare because, I've tried being nice to these people, all this first month of summer, and they've just been nothing but assholes to me. And, they get mad at me because, I get up at 3 a.m. to go to my job. It's like, that's when they're about going to bed once they're all drunk. And most of them at the time didn't work. So, and the cop's like, oh, so this is kind of a little bit of a gag, huh? And they were like, so they walked over to the neighbor that tried reporting me and said, well, there's nothing I can do. He's not breaking the law.
Right.
They're like, but he's sitting there chugging whiskey and playing with a gun. And they're like,
he's on his property.
He's on his own property.
Yeah.
Well, why can't he do that inside? They're like, well, he doesn't legally have to. Until he's on the sidewalk, I can do nothing about what he's doing. And they're like, well, what if he hurts one of us? Well, then that's when you call me and I come back here. But in the meantime, there's absolutely nothing I can do. He could be sitting there playing around with it loaded.
You could play Russian roulette and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, until the bullet goes off.
The thing
Then,
is,
then I'm guilty of discharging a firearm in the city. But if I play Russian roulette, I'm not going to be alive to friggin' prosecute.
See, I like to play with myself fully loaded too, but the only problem is it might shoot off and it could hit somebody in the eye. But usually, hopefully, no one's around.
Yeah, but
stay on your porch.
Yeah,
pea shooters don't count.
Well, it shoots pee out too. and jism.
All right, Michael Minnie.
It never made you complain. We've had sex twice. We've had 2 kids. I mean, that's just how it works.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
You're batting 1,000.
2 for 2.
I'm batting 1,000. Yeah, exactly. I'm 2 for 2.
Good odds there.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to hit
so
my
does that mean you've only had sex 4 times because you got 4 kids?
That's about right. Yeah, just 4 times. Yeah.
4?
What?
4?
Yeah, he has 4.
3 dogs and 2 kids is 5.
No, he legitimately has 4 kids. He has 3 daughters and 1 son.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
His oldest will be 18 in December.
God damn, Earl, you're old. I thought I was old, but
No, I'm old. I'm old.
And his youngest will be 9.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Hey,
you cheated on Debbie?
Oh. I think he would be dead.
Technically,
yes, he did.
Well, wait a minute here. I was living in my own place.
Oh, bullshit. We were still married, and the only reason why you had that place was because she couldn't take no for an answer.
Well,
how long were you separated?
We weren't separated.
We lived apart for how long?
7 months when we got evicted from our house.
I can explain it this way.
After 6 months, that's really heading towards a divorce.
Yeah, let me just say this.
This week on Jerry Springer.
Let me say this. Some stuff happened. She sucked my dick.
I don't think Debbie needs to hear all those details, Earl. It had to.
I had to do it with the Batman voice. I had to do the Batman thing. I had to do it. I had to bring the Batman thing into it because, you know, I mean, it's important. It's important.
On that note, it's midnight.
No. On that note, hold on a minute.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh no, hold on a minute. No, because I got.
We laugh about it now.
No,
but
I got it. Hold on a minute.
Well, then you're better people than I am because I'm still pissed off at Richie for what he did. And Richie's been gone since January.
Man.
I give you people a lot of credit for that.
Hold on a minute.
Oh my fucking God.
Hold on a minute. I gotta play us out with this. This is important.
I broke you. How have you come back?
You think you're the only one who can learn the strength to escape?
I did not escape.
The child of Ra's al Ghul made the climb.
But he is not the child of Ra's al Ghul. I am.
What? Miranda.
Talia, Al Ghul, here to finish my father's work.
But we totally had sex.
Yes, I know.
No, like hardcore. 3 times.
It was all a cruel ploy to gain your confidence.
That was a cruel ploy. Sign me up for another. It was great.
When the mission is at hand, no act is off limits.
I agree. Nothing was off limits. It was like an all-you-can-fuck buffet.
Okay, Bruce, that's enough.
Okay, let's get back on track. You must be wondering how we came to this moment, Mr. Wayne.
Let me see if I recollect. Some stuff happened. You sucked my dick.
My father.
Like a lot.
My father never accepted Bane.
How was that, by the way?
Are you done?
I hadn't showered that day, and I fight crime in a rubber suit. Really seals in the flavor.
My father only saw a monster who could not be tamed.
You tamed my monster.
Okay, just shut up, okay?
With your mouth. Stop. And 2 other places.
Okay.
In an order that would surprise you.
Enough.
Ass mouth fans.
All right, that's it. That is my love you're speaking to. I am her protector.
That's ironic, because we didn't use any protection, and I offered.
You motherfucker.
No, Bane, it's fine. These words will be his last.
Her last words were, spit in my mouth.
Okay, do you understand what's happening right now? A bomb is about to blow up Gotham, and I've stabbed you.
I stabbed you first.
Okay.
With my dick. Just to clarify, guy who breathes through a crab. It's not the first time one of us has shoved 9 hard inches up into somebody's ribs.
It wasn't 9 inches.
Except when I did it to her, she loved it.
Enough! Soon you will feel the fire of 12 million souls you failed.
So what you're saying is by touching that red spot in just the right way, there's an explosion.
Exactly.
You get it? You know I'm good at it. I do the alphabet. A is for Alfred. B is for bats.
It's Clarice, I get it. You don't have to show me.
I found it. I'm the world's greatest detective.
Yes, how does it feel to have something hard penetrate your body?
Look, like,
nothing?
I mean, I could think of like 10 off of that.
I'm sorry. All sex jokes aside, I am losing quite a bit of blood.
You're an idiot.
All right, fuck this. I'm just gonna blow up Gotham now. Goodbye, my love.
Wait, are you crying right now? Jesus, his face is all wet, like mine was. at the beginning.
And he's back.
And yours was at the end.
Press the button.
You gave Gordon a way to block my signal. No matter. You bought yourself 11 minutes.
What you should buy yourself is another pair of panties. I totally hid these from you when you were in the John.
So gross.
That's a lot of memories. Huh? You want a little? Which one of these tubes do you smell out of? Now, you have my permission to cry.
That's how you end the show.
Yeah.
Some stuff happened. She sucked my dick. All right, good night, everybody. We'll see everybody next week.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, night, everyone.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night now.